We are live. All right. How's it going, guys? Everyone wide awake? Ready to take on the day?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Yeah.
Let's battle the bad guys.
Let's go shoot some
Ready
cops.
to battle for this
Let's
game.
shoot some cops.
I killed the bad guys.
Yeah, that's what we said.
Yeah, I agree.
All right. So, what is going on in our good old Operation Agave Sunset?
Question.
You guys remember? It's been 2 weeks, so
We went to this. Alright, so it was
Rudy was a sexist
Fortunate
pig, and Phoebe
last
was
session.
aggro. That's in my notes.
we ended up trying to talk to I can't remember her name, but the lawyer, like 3 different times, and all 3 times failed to be able to get her to talk to us and not just kick us out immediately. And
she didn't kick you out immediately. She listened to you until the point where you lied to her,
Nalinia.
and then she kicked you out.
Nalinia Esteves.
And then she was saying, yes, that's her name. She was saying, go tell Marlon and his boys that they can't scare me.
yep,
She thinks shenanigans are going on. And they are, but not from us.
Well, you guys are also doing shenanigans.
Wow.
Our shenanigans are good shenanigans.
Yeah. Always for the greater good. Delta Green.
Yep.
Alright. Got nothing from the lawyer. What else happened?
yeah. And then we're like, okay, let's finally go to the station and go talk to the cops who were there when the incident happened. And we went to go talk to them. We thought it was a good idea to inform them first.
Mhm.
And so we showed up and they were aptly prepared to deal with us and get rid of us as quickly as possible. So
That didn't matter, Malik. Us giving them head notice is not the reason why that plan failed.
so we showed up.
Just
they
to make
took
it
us
clear.
to this guy who was clearly, just like, I don't know, like the main person that we wanted to talk to was in the room next to him, and then the other guys, one of them we saw, but we didn't really get to talk to too much because the other guy kind of blocked us from talking to him. And yeah, I remember now. Okay, so it ended with us kind of seeing this guy, the sergeant, the head of the task force, and then looking him up to see if that was the guy, because he looked like he might be. And then we found when we looked him up that this narcotics unit got popular, or has gotten traction recently, because they caught a serial killer, and this serial killer, he clawed all his victims. They all looked like they had like torn their face off with their nails. And so the recent death that we're investigating right now looks very similar to that. So
to be clear, they called him the Southside Tiger, the serial killer, because the public generally believes that he was clawing their faces up and their bodies.
yeah,
up.
that's
You
the
guys
public opinion.
have an understanding that, hey, these deaths look very similar to a guy that we know did it to himself.
Yeah. Yep, and then so that's where we left off. And so we were discussing at the end of the last session, investigating the Southside Tiger case.
All right. So you guys are standing outside of the police station. It's just got rejected by the cops. Didn't let you talk to anyone. The captain, Rudy Diefenbach, was willing to talk to you guys, at least a little bit, but he wouldn't let you talk to any of his boys. Wouldn't let you talk to anyone else who you were much more interested in talking to. And he frequently said, those boys are heroes. Don't want any feds coming in here and trying to tarnish their names. Stuff like that. And he kicked you out. What you just looked up this information about the Southside Tiger. What do you do?
Is it possible?
Time to shoot some cops.
Yeah. Pull out our guns and start shooting up the station. Is it possible to get like the case details, like the records? Like, could our handler give us, the official reports on the Southside Tiger, like the investigation details?
Sure, you can try going through your handler. Those are things that most likely are going to be with both the LAPD and the LA Sheriff's Department. You can go through City Hall yourselves as well to pull the official details of the case. Or
is it a matter of public record? Like with the
yes.
case logs, with the names of the victims and the nature of the investigation, be publicly available for us if we went to go look for it?
It's certainly reasonable that many of those details would be public. Obviously, not everything would be, but I can tell you that's pretty much all your handler would be able to get you is stuff through City Hall, though. So you can go, your handler can try to say FBI business, but that'll be the source.
Okay. So, yeah, I think we should go look into the Southside Tiger business more. This seems an awful lot like our incident. Maybe there's something here.
Sure look that way.
Maybe two of us can head up, City Hall while someone else maybe goes and keeps an eye on that lawyer. It seems like these guys are after her. From what it sounds like from you guys visiting her, she's spooked by something, and I wouldn't be surprised if she was the next victim on their list. So we should probably keep an eye out to make sure that she stays safe.
Want to do a stakeout.
Yeah, I assume probably both of our military boys should go.
I don't know if we want to jump to conclusions here about the police covering up or taking anybody out, but either way, I definitely think things aren't looking good for our lawyer friend.
Yeah, I mean, you met her. She sounds like she was real scared about this Marvin fellow trying to Marlon fellow trying to harm her. I'm Marvin. Marvin's trying to get her. Marvin's after her. You guys should keep her away. He's the only one who hasn't met her, actually.
Oh, yeah, I know we've seen some weird shit, man, but when you start talking in the third person... This Marvin fella. This Marvin fella is after him.
Terry loves yogurt.
Terry loves yogurt.
Alright. Okay, so are you gonna keep watch over Nalinia?
Yeah.
Benny,
Yeah.
who else?
Guess it probably makes sense for me to do it.
Yeah, I guess me and Ruby would go to City Hall.
So, you two were the ones that first went to her and tried talking to her, right? So she knows what you look like. So
She does how everybody looks like other than Malik or Marvin, right?
correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, but also specifically, you two went together.
Yeah.
Last time, so she saw you two together. So talk me through, like, are you gonna do this stakeout? Like, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna get some disguises to try to blend in a little better? Change the car at all? She's seen your car. And Ruby's.
Well, Ruby's is noticeable. Like their car, unless she's tracking their license, I guess, is
she's
probably
pretty
not
spooked.
as identified.
Either way, she's seen it. She knows what they look like. So what?
It doesn't matter if she knows.
I don't know.
Like,
Do you think
what's
it
she gonna
matters?
do?
I think it'd be reasonable that you guys would try to cover yourselves up at least a little bit. Right? You're trying not
What's
to
she gonna
spook
do?
her, right?
Call the cops on us?
I don't know. Do you guys care if she sees you? I guess that's the more important question. I assumed you wouldn't want her to see you.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like if she sees you, she's gonna be more careful, and we want her to stay safe, so it's fine. I don't know.
But let's think about that for a second, Alec.
I see nothing
So,
wrong.
yeah, I don't know.
Oh, you guys
Look,
want
yeah, obviously it's not the biggest
You
deal.
guys do it.
Obviously it's not the biggest deal, but how do we want?
Okay, so let's just talk more immediately. You guys were standing outside the police station. I'll assume you guys went back to your car to have this discussion, not right in front of them. Where are you guys going right now? It's what time is it? It's about like 2 p.m. now. What are you guys doing with the rest of your day? This is Sunday.
City Hall open, I guess, on Sundays.
Probably not. Let's see. Yeah, it is closed on Sundays.
Would our handler be able to get the City Hall records even if it was closed or no?
No, she wouldn't be able to get it till Monday.
Looks like we got a break in.
It's an option.
Oh yeah, baby.
Hmm.
Time for a heist.
Good old fashioned heist.
I think some other things we could do with the rest of the day are just see if there's any information we can find online and look into, like the not City Hall reports, but just like the stuff that we were just looking at online, is just see if we can find.
Okay.
Or here's the other idea we could do. We could stake out the police station and wait for the officers to leave.
I
And
was
then
thinking.
attack 'em.
I was thinking about that too.
And then we kidnap them.
Yeah.
All of them?
Every
You
single
take 'em.
cop.
One at a time. They'll never
They won't
catch
even know
on.
what hit.
Okay. You guys wanna
Um,
try to stake out the police? Stake out Nalinia?
I don't know, I'm pitching ideas here.
Yeah, I guess we could just like look on our phones for online information,
Oh.
videos, and police records, whatever we can
Okay.
find about the case while we're staking out the cops.
Yeah, also stating the obvious here. I mean, do we just want to go get like a warrant, or I don't know what it would be, but whatever paperwork that the cops want to get, do you want to just like get that forged or whatever so we can pursue that some more?
Yeah,
Like
but I imagine that's going to be a difficult one to get past them because they're so defensive that I'm worried that they're going to have.
I'm not worried about
More
them over
cautious about
scrutinizing the paperwork. I'm worried about them just not being cooperative in general. But I don't think the problem with that's going to be because they're not going to believe our paperwork is valid. They're just going to be like, yeah, well, fuck you anyway, you know?
Well,
Yeah, but we'd be in a bad position if
So
they
it
do
wouldn't really help
scrutinize the
you then,
paperwork,
right?
and it's bad. Yeah, we're just going to be in a worse spot.
Probably wouldn't help us, but something to try.
It is something to try. At least where you are at the moment, doing that doesn't seem to any of you like it'll provide any immediate help. So, okay. So you guys have a couple options. Marvin wants to Google look a little bit more about the Southside Tiger. You can do that, scrolling on your phone while you're doing anything else. Unless
Yeah.
you got to pull your gun out and start shooting some cops. But if you're just doing a stakeout, you could be on your phone while you're watching whatever's going on. So, there's 4 of you. What are you gonna do? What are your priorities here?
I feel like staking out the cops is a risky venture. I mean, they're obviously going to be coming to and from the station, just out on calls and patrols and stuff. And like, what are we going to do? Tail them?
I don't necessarily think it's risky. But it's more just about like what's the end game there.
Yeah. So
anything is going to be risky. Every single
Oh,
option.
also,
you guys
also,
have.
yeah, also that, yeah. Like I don't view it as
That's
particular.
just how Delta Green works.
I don't view it as disproportionately risky to anything else we're doing. It's not relatively risky. But yeah.
So we would all know what those two people, the two cops that we're looking for, look like, right? Because we all would have seen them in that one video hiding the phone.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, you guys know what they look like. You got good.
yeah,
enough
we
feel.
just don't know which one is which, for sure. But yeah.
Okay, I guess Ruby and Marvin would stay in their car around the corner, keeping an eye on the station, and looking for those two cops in particular, or the sergeant that we just found the picture of online.
Lieutenant.
To leave, or the lieutenant, to see if they leave, or it seems suspicious at all. And if so, we would maybe tail them. But
Yeah, I guess that's
carefully.
I guess that's your best bet there, is not trying to. Yeah, it's just basically tailing them. I could see that. I on one side of things, yeah, probably. If we want to leave somebody with Nalinia, I don't think it makes sense to leave two people. It's too many resources, and yeah, just waiting around for something to happen or maybe not happen. I think it's a waste. Maybe leave one person there, but then yeah, I'm gonna say leave one person there. One person if they want to go fucking do city hall shit or whatever. If we think
we
that's
can't do city
necessary.
hall shit because
You could break in. It's definitely an option.
It's the only option.
That's the only idea I have, breaking into City Hall. Okay.
Oh, I mean, well, we go back to
you guys
the.
for sure want to have someone on the linea, at least one person.
I would say two for sure, but I don't know. Sounds like Kevin
You
doesn't
want
want to
at
go.
least one person.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like if something happens, Kevin, are you just saying like that one person's just gonna be fine? I don't know. I feel like it's a dangerous place right now, and we're just
So
saying, yep,
the
that's
more
fine.
important question for Kevin, if you're talking about wasting resources, if two people tailing the cops, whatever, one person on their linea, what's the other person doing?
Yeah, I think for safety, it's like better to stay in pairs of two, but I don't know. Yeah, if you can think of something else. I mean, those are the only two ideas I have right now because we don't have enough information to go
What is
do something else. I
What is
guess.
Benny thinking? What does he want to do?
I could go alone. I don't care.
Benny's going alone.
I can handle it.
Yeah,
And
any
he can
trouble?
handle
Look at
anything.
how fucking big that guy is. He's crazy. He'll be fine. He's killed
is
so
crazy.
many people with secondhand smoke alone.
Secondhand smoke is the second highest killer in the world right now.
Exactly.
Right behind,
Right behind Benny.
Yeah.
right behind Benny's favorite way to kill people.
Thumbs and eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So Benny gonna take one of the cars, head over to Nalinias. The three of you, what are you doing? Are you all tailing the cops, or is one of you gonna check something else out?
Somebody tell the cops. I would say maybe we want to send somebody back just to the. I forgot if I already said something on this, but back to the FBI or back to our FBI station and use the computer there to look up like federal files on the Southside killer.
We can't
It's
go
not
back
public
there. He told
stuff.
us not to go back.
You told us that?
The handler.
The handler. Well,
He said we can't keep showing up there. That's like after that
Really?
time. Yeah, we can't go back.
I don't remember that.
He
Well,
said
he
it's
said-
like the weekend right now, and it's like
So,
okay.
right
but
now. You
Yeah,
can,
it-
but on
Oh, I
Monday,
don't know what you're talking
A
about.
lot
Yeah.
more people are gonna be back in the office on Monday, and there'll be too many questions. So you could, I mean, Delta Green, you can always risk it, but your handler is just saying, please avoid doing that.
Got it. Yeah. So right now it's fine then. Still Sunday, right?
Not fine, but
Certainly
yeah,
better than
I
Monday.
got better than Monday. But still, he said he'd prefer us not to, just in general, come back. So I don't know.
Okay.
I also
What
don't know
else?
what information you'd find there that you wouldn't find online, because like Keaton was saying that like that guy works there, and he would still have to go to the public records
You're
at City
saying
Hall.
what would we not be able to find in a federal database that we couldn't find online? I think a lot of things. There might not be anything relevant. I don't know, but like, I think
Well,
it's
we were
very
just-
possible that there's information there. That to me seems,
Okay.
yeah.
As far as you can
that's
tell
easy.
from online, the feds weren't involved in this case.
Yeah.
Doesn't
Right,
mean
and
they
we were
don't
just-
have any information, but there's no reason to expect like they would. That
We
they
were
would
just
know
told
more
our handler
necessarily.
who works there would have to go to the City Hall, which is exactly what we would do in order to get the information, which would indicate that he doesn't have the information readily available where he's at right now, which is that location.
Okay.
I don't know. I mean, it is like I guess
There's
it's a little
certainly-
metagamey though, but
There's certainly information you can get through your handler through the federal database still, but specifically about like that serial killer, you guys don't think, and the handler doesn't think like there's any specific information about that. Is there information about stuff in general that the FBI and Delta Green have? Yes, but specifically about Southside Tiger, there's no expectation for that.
Okay. Do we have any other leads to follow up on, guys, that we're forgetting about?
we
Just
have
looking through my
not
notes here.
gone to talk to anyone of the victims or families of the victims that were related to the shooting that Nalenia is investigating.
Yeah.
That's an open item.
Claudette
But I would
Gentry and
ass-
the kids. That's what you're talking about.
Yeah, and like also just the landlady that got killed and the homeless person who got killed. Like I don't know, we haven't investigated that building like at all, basically, or anything about that case.
Okay. So
There's
Benny-
there's items there.
Benny's going to Nalenia. 2, you want to tail cops. Is someone gonna go canvass the neighborhood or talk to any of the victims' families? Who wants to do that?
Anyone want to in particular?
Doesn't sound like it.
I mean,
Not in
it sounds like
particular. I'm.
Kevin's character might.
Do any of your characters want to do that? That's important.
Sounds like his character doesn't want to go to Nalenia, so. I don't know. I'm also like, I bring up that it might be good for Benny and I to tail the cops
Mhm.
because we're the only ones that they haven't seen.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
And so then it would be up to Ruby or Bill to go to Nalenia. And ideally, I would assume we should stay together after what happened with the dog incident, but, you know,
I'd agree.
teach
It's
their
just a
own.
dog.
It was not just a dog. That dog took a bullet and was like, what the heck?
Dog took a
Why
bullet
would
and
you-
walked away.
Why would you pinch me?
Yeah, that tickles. And I feel like I'm like going to talk to those other people or investigating that building or anything like that would also be dangerous. And I think going alone for any of the tasks is, I don't know. I never in any campaign or any tabletop ever liked the idea of someone going off on their own.
Yeah. Okay, fair, but like Delta Green is in other games.
It's just like a blanket. Always a good idea to stay with at least one other person.
Yeah, if you can do that, but like, time is of the essence here. If we have useful things for people to do individually, I think it's worth following. all I'm doing right now is like I'm just looking through the notes we have on the daycare case, or the whole incident, the Dondry daycare incident, trying to make heads and tails of it. Like there's all these little threads here, but I'm not quite sure how they can. It does seem like anybody remotely involved with that case is getting offed in one way or another.
Well,
There's
we do
three
know.
potential witnesses on the scene that were all killed from one from murder, two from drug overdose.
2 were on the scene. The lady that worked at the property management company was not there.
The 3 that I've written down was Annis, William, and Elizabeth.
Anus.
Annis Walker. Yeah, the William Tavelin was the unhoused man in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
I believe Annis Walker was the property management lady.
Okay, I didn't have that written down.
Yeah, she worked at the property
She's dead.
company. She's dead. Reported death of heroin overdose. She was
Yep.
not at the property, but she worked at the property company.
Okay, so William and Elizabeth were on the scene. Annis was not, but is the property manager.
Elizabeth Ray. So what you can find online about all 3 of these people. Annis Walker. There's some details about the case. She was set to testify. She worked at the property management company. Death reported as heroin overdose. You don't really know anything else without digging into the grand jury case or the sheriff's or talking to Nolinia more. Elizabeth Ray, she was LAPD. She was a police officer that was working that raid. They were working together on the raid. Now, the Tactical Narcotics Unit were the ones that went in to the property and shot the bad guy, as well as Claudia Dondry and the kids.
All bad guys.
All the bad guys. And William Tavelin was the homeless man in the neighborhood that saw flyers for the daycare, which would have indicated to the sheriffs and the police that there's a daycare right next to this guy you're about to shoot up. Maybe they should be more careful. But the sheriffs claimed no one should have been in there. We had no idea anyone would be there. We thought it was fine to just blow up the whole building, basically. He died of a heroin overdose as well.
Yeah, I had fentanyl written down, but
Yeah,
may have
fentanyl.
not.
Oh yeah, it is fentanyl. Sorry. Yeah, and Elizabeth Ray, she was LAPD. She was working private security. She quit her police job a few months after the raid and started working as private security. And one night she was murdered working security. There's 3 people that died related to the Claudette Dondry case. They were all witnesses, so both in that podcast that you're listening to, Nolinia and Jazz were talking about this. So that's all you know just from like the podcast and basic information online. If you want to look into them more, you can. You maybe talk to the families or something.
Yeah. Man.
Bless you.
Thank you.
So, you guys going 2 and 2? Benny doesn't care. He can go alone. Bill wants someone else with him. What do you guys do?
I think Benny and I are doing the cops, and then Bill is with Nolinia and Ruby.
Yeah, maybe we should be a little separated though, so that I'm not seen with him. Same general area though.
We only have 2 cars, right? Unless you're saying like you're gonna get out of the car and stand watch
You
somewhere.
can try to get another one. You can always steal a car. Get a
Yeah.
rental car.
Oh, but that's illegal.
Oh no.
No, it's not. It's only illegal if you're caught.
Crime.
Yeah. You guys could commit crime, or you can spend some money getting a rental car. Or you could just go in the same car. Let's get some action here. What are you guys doing? Final answer in the next minute. So, Benny and Marvin are gonna tail the cops, or tail the deputies. Ruby and Bill, what are you two doing?
Bill.
Yeah, I guess we'll just hang out. I guess we just hang out in front of Melino's office.
Okay.
Trying to look for something else to do, but
If you don't know, you gotta do something.
yeah.
Better to do something than to not do anything. Looking for a better solution. So,
But you should like while you're on the stakeout, like collect information. Just like be on your phone, look up the. I say this to the group before we leave. Before we split up, make sure we're all looking into this Southside Tiger and you know anything we can find about that recent incident with these cops in that building. Might be something connecting all these together.
We can dig up. Okay.
you two head out to Nalinas up north. You guys can drive up there, take in the car. Benny and Marvin, how are you guys gonna go about this? What are you guys doing? You just gonna sit outside the sheriff's department, the sheriff station, southwest?
Yeah, just a little distance away, enough that we can kind of scarcely see the parking lot, and I'm just gonna, you know, take turns watching whilst one person does some investigating on their phone and stuff. I'm gonna look into the Southside Tiger, whatever I can find online.
Sounds good.
While Benny keeps watch for those two people he saw in the video.
Okay.
Or I show him a picture of this lieutenant, so that he knows what he looks like, to keep an eye out for him too.
Yeah, John Marlin.
Yeah.
Okay. So, you guys, you two, tell me how you're going about this. How are you gonna try to tail the slugs? Are you being super stealthy? Are you guys getting any disguises? What are you doing?
No, they shouldn't know what we look like.
Yeah.
Okay. Not worried about covering up at all. Okay, so can you two both give me a stealth roll?
Oh
So-
no.
And in general, as Delta Green agents, you know, you have some basic training
Oh,
on
actually,
tailing
that's
people.
not that bad. That pretty good stealth.
I don't have stealth.
All right, we're using Benny's then.
Dang, that's a lot of stealth.
Yeah, baby.
So fair.
I'm
Oh wait,
Very
like
that
a
was 13 days.
gust of wind.
Succeeded. And so one thing I forgot to do. Any rolls you guys failed from last week? Remember, you're supposed to check that off, and then you add 1d4 to that today. None of you checked anything off, but I'm pretty sure you guys failed rolls. But
We
too
did,
bad.
yeah. I just don't remember what they are.
Too bad.
Charisma. Persuasion.
Persuade.
So when we fail a roll, we get an extra d4 to subsequent rolls on that?
You increase your training in it by 1d4 at the next session.
Got it.
Oh, Rick.
So you guys can do that while I'm talking through this. Basic training that you guys have as agents. You know, you want to establish baseline suspect behaviors, look for deviations, and look for opportunity that they might have had. So if you guys are sitting around the corner, you have a good view of at least the driveway of cars leaving the station. Benny's being stealthy. He succeeded.
Succeeded.
He succeeded.
That's what really matters.
So you guys realize you can. There's actually a pretty good overwatch across the street at a coffee shop. You guys grab a cup of coffee. You can grab a laptop to be looking up information about the sheriffs. You're looking on your phones, whatever. Maybe a notebook. So you're being pretty sneaky here. You can sit here and watch through the window all of the vehicles moving in and out, and you're able to track some of the movements of the sheriffs. Maybe Marvin, you're taking notes of like when certain cars are leaving and coming back in, taking notes of who's in the driver's seat, who's moving, any of your prime suspects being involved. At some point, you see the young deputy pulling into the station. Stays there for a few hours. Heads back out again. You see John Marlin is there basically the entire time. You don't see him leave once. The older deputy, who you believe is the Sergeant Freddie Sutton, you see him come in and out a couple times. Looks like he goes out, grabs coffee, grabs some donuts, grabs some bagels, keeps going in and out for food. That's only every time you see him leave, he comes back with a new bag of food on his dash.
Fucking fat fuck. The fuck? Why does he eat? My taxpayer dollars.
Yeah. So, you see a bunch of other deputies that you don't recognize moving in and out. You can time the changing of their shift. It looks like right around 5, 6, or right around 5 o'clock, a lot more cars arrive, and then around 6, a lot of them leave. So shift changes between 5 and 6. Looks like they always have a little bit of overlap. And John Marlin, you see him leaving, around 6 p.m. Shift change. Captain's there the entire time, as far as you can tell.
Okay. So I guess when all our suspects leave, I mentioned to Benny that probably best for us to get back to the hotel and start get dinner and settle in for the night. Have an early start to the Monday morning to go to the public records office or city hall or whatever.
All right. I guess.
So, do you guys try, as you're watching, do you think about tailing anyone? You get a decent sense of their schedules. You can always do it again later.
Yeah, I don't want to go look later. I mean, it seems like at this point they're like probably headed home, and I don't really want to follow them home. So, unless they're like off service going to go get an Elenia or something, but we have people out there too, so.
Okay. You don't try telling anyone. You're just watching, checking out their schedule and stuff. But you do know this is a pretty good spot to watch their comings and goings. And maybe during the week the schedule might be slightly different as well. But you know, you're able to get a good idea of their movements watching here. So if at any point you want to tail someone, you know you can pull out of this lot pretty quickly and be able to get a good tail going. Ruby and Bill, you guys head up to Nalinia's office. When you guys get there, you can see through the window she's still in there running around. It looks like she is actually give me a stealth roll.
Oh, frick.
Oh, for
Who's
me.
better at stealth?
I'm not trained in it, but I've got decent dexterity.
Yeah, I do not have.
Oh.
All right.
Oh.
Bill has stealth.
I mean, I do literally have stealth,
Then
but
roll
I ain't
stealth.
gonna.
Come on,
You're the
Billy.
only one
roll
who's trained in
stealth.
it, so you have no choice.
You have no stealth, Ruby.
He does not have stealth. Or she does not have stealth.
So I was thinking it was just naturally stealthy.
I don't think it mattered if you're trained in it. What a check mark, Kevin.
Check mark it. You get 1d4 next week.
What is? Yeah.
Next time will be better.
1 to 4% better.
You'd have to be like a stealth god to succeed with that garbage. What the fuck? You'd have to be a literal shadow, like trained your entire life in espionage.
Yeah, a little bit.
That is tragic role.
Yeah, so you see Nalinia run around packing up some papers. You see her glance out at your car.
Very obviously, Bill is just sitting
Parked
there
right
staring
in front
at her.
of the door.
Bill's just parked right in front. He's like, "Oh man, she'll never suspect us here. She doesn't know what I look like." And he sits out of his car. He gets up. He's sitting on the hood, waving at her like.
I don't think we parked the car right in front. I'm cool
No.
with her. I'm cool with her spotting us, but
Yeah.
I don't know. That seems like a critical fail.
It's not a critical fail. It's just a failure.
That's impressive.
It's just as bad as if he rolled a 21. So at some point you see her walk up to the window, to the front door, and she's looking out. She's suspicious, and you see she spots your car. See her go back into the back. She disappears from your view. Yes, do you do anything? If you watch for another 30 minutes or so, you don't see
this
her.
woman's paranoid to all hell.
She's recording us right now.
The least of our worries.
Mm.
We're not gonna do whatever she thinks we're going to do. That's not the problem.
What if she has an
Always.
X back?
The problem is she changes up her behaviors. I'm gonna be able to protect her here. Maybe we gotta be a little bit more discreet about this.
Yeah, probably.
If only we planned this a little bit more stealthy. I think parking in front of the place wasn't probably the best idea.
You know, the amount of planning you do is not gonna make me succeed the stealth roll. My stealth is a
Could get a
20.
bonus. It would not
Come
have
on.
been. It would not have been.
Can I get a 73 bonus, please, to my stealth roll?
Oh no, sorry.
How much? How much planning would I need to make that bonus?
Couple years.
Okay.
Yeah, you see her disappear into the back. and keep watching. 30 minutes, another hour goes by. You don't see her walk around anymore.
I think she might have slipped through the back. It's over.
Was there any cars in front of her place that would presumably be hers? Obviously, we don't know the car, but
No, you don't see any cars out front.
fucking A. I didn't say that, but I feel like that's reasonable that we would have looked ahead of time to try to guess where her car would have been. Now, if there's a bunch of other cars there and like just they left, but we see that she's still there, then I guess.
It's basically a mall, isn't it?
It's a strip mall. There's no cars.
Yeah,
out
but
front.
these strip malls sometimes have fucking nobody parked there because there's business.
That's true.
So you've never seen her car.
Yeah.
There is an alley, behind the strip mall,
Yeah, that's what I mean.
service alley, but do you go look in the alley?
Yeah, I feel like, I mean, I guess it's sort of retconning at this point, but I feel like reasonably we would have checked to see if there was a car there when we got set up.
Well,
Especially if there's no cars in front.
there wasn't cars out front before either.
Yeah.
The first 2 times you came here.
Okay. Then, yeah, I don't know. Can I say we did that? Was there a car there?
There was not.
In the alley? Okay.
No cars.
Yo,
She Ubered.
It's a little odd, actually. Yeah.
That's
Maybe
odd.
she. That's odd.
Maybe she's the killer.
What do you guys do? You check the alley. There's no cars back there. She's in the back of the office, presumably, unless she ran out of here on foot to dodge you guys.
What are the odds of her running out on foot, though? I feel like that's way riskier than just staying in her building.
Yeah, I don't feel like she's that paranoid, right?
I think she is, but
She's pretty
Yeah.
paranoid, but I think she would get a ride at the very minimum. She's not gonna just be walking.
Just sneak out, right? For
Yeah.
all she knows, we could have had somebody set up back there.
Mhm. Well, she's got cameras, so she knows at least at the immediate building, wouldn't it be?
What do you
Could have
guys
had
do?
somebody hiding in a bush.
Yeah, that's
Um,
A
true.
dog?
the dog.
You got a dog in that bush?
That dog. Don't...
I don't think there's anything we should do, right?
Just gonna keep
Isn't
watching.
the point of just keep waiting and watching?
That's something you can do.
Yeah.
I just
it's
wanna
pretty
know-
late though, right?
I just want to know. Yeah, well. By the time he fails his stealth roll, it's been about an hour. So now took an hour to get there. Another hour sitting watching. I don't know. It's about 5 p.m. now.
Took only an hour to get there.
Hour and a half.
I guess it is Sunday.
I think we just keep sitting and watch.
Okay. Keep sitting and watching. You don't do anything else. You're sure?
You-
Keep sitting and watching.
Just keep sitting and watching.
I mean, we wouldn't know where she would go otherwise, right? Like, we don't know where she lives.
We don't know where she lives.
So she
we
lives in
don't-
Texas.
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 I knew that.
That's a long commute.
You know
Yeah.
she lives in Texas. You googled that about her. She's working on this case here, so she doesn't have a house or apartment here or anything. So you don't know where
She's
she's
sleeping
staying.
in the office.
You don't know where she's staying. Maybe in the office, hotel, motel. You don't know. But she doesn't live
If
here.
I were her, I'd stay in the office where it's being actively monitored. Because she did set it up. She said like it's being monitored, so if anything ever happens, it gets uploaded to this place or whatever.
Yeah, it's all streaming to the cloud.
Yeah.
Yeah, at
So
this
if I
point,
were
we
her, I
don't
would stay
have
there.
strong reason to believe that she gave us the slip, although I guess she could have.
You watch
And
him.
we don't know where she would have gone anyway. So outside of going up to the door, trying to figure out whether she's still there or not.
Okay. You keep watching. Another couple hours. She does not come out. You don't see anyone else come by. Until right around 7:30 or so. 7:30 p.m. You see a squad car pull up. Doesn't go into the parking lot. See another squad car pull up. To be clear, sheriff's cars. You see a man you don't recognize get out of the second vehicle. Steps out, walks over to the other car. Window gets rolled down, and you see the young deputy there. He just starts chatting, talking back and forth. Gives him a little nod. The other deputy walks back into the car. Boop boop. Siren's on. Pulls off somewhere else. The young deputy starts his car back up and leaves.
What was that?
Follow him? Or do we wait? See what these people do.
Wait a second.
So now there's no one there. Is that right?
Wait, why aren't Benny and Marv supposed to be fucking tailing these guys?
They chose not to tail.
They split up. There was like 3 of them. We didn't have any reason to believe they were coming to you guys, and we figured if they come to you guys are there.
Yeah, I guess we're gonna go follow them.
Wait, is anyone still like? Are any of them still parked there? Like,
Both the cars leave.
okay.
What do you think, Ruby? That's suspicious as all hell.
If we leave, there was 2 cars. One of them can just come back if they notice we're following. I think it's smarter we keep the lawyer alive.
You just want to keep waiting around hoping for something to happen?
Well, we're acting as a security detail basically right now.
I mean, at this point, maybe the best move is for us to follow them, and then it's gonna take too long for Benny and Marv to get here.
I want it to be on the record that we're like having a nice dinner right now. Yeah, Benny and I are just hanging out, chatting.
Cheesecake Factory.
Yeah.
I wonder what those guys are up to.
Wine. Yeah, I wonder how their stakeout's going. Ours was pretty nice. We got some coffee. You know, we did some Googling. We got a lot of good notes in this here. So if we have to go back out again, we're ready.
Pretty productive stakeout,
Yeah.
all things considered, I gotta say.
Cheers.
Cheers to that.
Okay.
I mean, Ruby, we can always split up too. I know it ain't the greatest option here,
Dude,
but
Kevin, did you hire him? Are you like DMing him offline, Keaton?
No.
Is he working for you?
I don't know if
look,
splitting
this
with
is a different game, different meta, Malak.
This guy is trying to kill us. I
Rolls.
swear to God.
I don't want you guys to die.
Literally,
If we-
as soon as we split up, another dog's attacking Ruby, and there's another sanity check failure. Like,
Look, you
the
guys
guy
are
from
thinking
the
of
bush
this.
is just waiting for him to leave.
You guys are thinking of this like a game. You gotta be thinking about this like it's real life.
Yeah,
And
in
in real life,
I would.
and in real
never split
life-
up.
if you just wait around hoping for things to happen to you, that's a good way to get nowhere fast.
You know
gotta
what?
leave,
That's
you gotta
also a
take
good way
that.
to stay alive.
Ooh,
I've seen enough movies that even in real life, if I was in a spooky situation, never ever split up. That's how the first person in every horror movie always dies.
Very true.
No, a really good way to not be the first one to die in a horror movie is just don't be black, and I think we've all got that.
None of your
But that-
characters are black.
Yeah, and then so the next best thing, don't split up. Never go off on your own.
look at Jazz. He's a goner, and
He was
And
black.
he was on his own. He split
you know
up.
what color
He
his
was
skin
on-
was.
He was the first
He
person
made
to
two
die.
mistakes.
God damn it.
So we're good.
Okay. So you guys just stay there watching Nalinia's office. She doesn't come out. That is the only thing you see. The young deputy goes and talks to someone at some point and then leaves again. Nalinia, as far as you can tell, is just in the back of the office, away from the windows.
So the only thing we saw was that incident where the two officers came up right in front, chatted, then one lit up, and the other one drove off but didn't light up.
Correct. You guys staying here overnight? What are you guys doing? It's
I
now
guess so.
like 8 p.m.
I don't see why we wouldn't. I don't feel like it's smart to leave the lawyer.
Yeah, but like, are we just gonna camp out here indefinitely?
That's
Yeah,
what a
but-
stakeout is.
Okay.
Alright.
You guys stay there.
Like, I agree, we should stay here at this point, but I just mean, what's the end game? Or the strategy, but yeah.
Her living another day.
And then what is she, and why?
Like
Just
for all
another
I,
day,
for
cool.
all for all we know, those two guys were coming here to kill her, and they saw another car in the parking lot, and then they're like, "Hey, let's come back again tomorrow." And then they drove
That's
off.
fair. I keep forgetting that we're basically in plain sight. We should not do that.
I wonder what happened.
Can we have somebody? Hey, can we steal Benny for a day so we can succeed the stealth roll?
I think you got it next time.
Because like,
You have 20%
you know,
chance.
93. Next time you roll 7.
do I have to roll stealth if I say we just hang out in some bushes nearby?
You get a bonus.
You get a bonus.
Bonus. What are they checking the bushes? I want to see. Yeah, okay, let's do that. I want to see how the hell they spot us.
You can do it poorly. You can
Hide in
poorly
a bush
in the bushes.
poorly.
Yeah.
Maybe we just-
Are your feet sticking out?
Yeah,
Yeah.
she notices your head just
Yeah.
pop out of the bushes.
At a certain point, I would argue that should now be a human roll, not a
It's a
not
stealth.
stealth at that point.
This roll determines how good you are at hiding.
How successfully can we tuck our feet into the bush?
You could be tucked into a bush. Maybe you found a shitty bush. You know? It doesn't really matter. Your roll determines the result. So, you guys are staking out. Staying there. Eventually you guys get hungry. You can Uber Eats some tacos. They're
That's
delivered
funny.
to the strip mall. You walk up right outside her door, pick up the tacos, go back to your car. Nice
We
and
haven't
stealthy.
delivered to her address, so
Yeah.
they pull up and knock on the door, and we're like, wait.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's for us.
Yeah.
No contact. Please don't knock on door.
Yeah. Super
Actually,
stealthy.
knock on the door and ask this question. The only way we can get her to talk to us. Just keep sending different Uber Eats drivers.
Yeah, it's a new investigation tactic. It's called crowd sourcing interrogation.
Yeah, can I task rabbit someone to come talk to her?
She's gonna make her even more paranoid.
Just a bunch of random delivery drivers trying to talk to her.
Yeah.
It's
Good.
definitely
Let's
on
keep her
feds.
safe.
That seems like a good service idea. You get a bunch of improv actors, and they can sign up for the service, and then they can be deployed to like talk to people.
It's LA, so there's a lot of them.
There's a lot of unemployed actors.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay,
a lot of unemployed aspiring actors.
so sitting there, don't say anything else for the rest of the night. Next morning, same thing, sitting there. Don't see anything. Don't see any movement inside the office.
What the frick? She went back to Texas.
They're doing a boring stakeout, and it's a boring night of nothing going on. One very exciting moment, but mostly boring. What do you guys do?
Should probably make sure she's still there.
How are we gonna do that?
Oh yeah, you're gonna go knock on her door in the middle of the night.
It's the morning.
Oh, in the morning.
Come on, what do you do?
Us or them?
The guys that are at Nilinius, what do you guys do? It's the morning. You don't see anything all night.
I mean, she probably just slept there.
Then
Possibly. You guys staying here? You go. Tell me what's going on.
I don't think there's any reason to leave.
How long are you planning to do this stakeout?
Forever.
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 Yeah, that's what I'm saying here, guys.
So next morning you don't see anything. You guys, as far as anyone told me, you guys have not communicated with each other.
I messaged them in the morning saying, "Hey, we saw some. Here's some details on their behaviors. At this time, they left the station for a shift change. Not sure if they showed up at your place later. If you guys saw them, please let us know so we know that these people leave from here and they arrived there this much time
It's
later."
a long text message.
Yeah, I'm just sending them all the notes and details that they might want to know, and
Okay.
then
Dude, just
And
give
then
me a call, man.
or yeah, maybe I called them. Sure, fine. I called them when I filled them in on this details.
Monday morning.
Bill, good morning. How did you guys' stakeout go?
Whole lot of nothing for the most part, other than one really weird thing. Had two cop cars swing by. One of them was one of our boys we were looking for. Were both of them one of our boys?
Other one you didn't recognize.
One of them was one of our boys you were looking for. Other guy didn't recognize them. They just hung out in front of the building, right in front of our office for a little bit, chatted it up. Then one lit up their lights, took off, and the other went off the other way. Whole lot of nothing there, but I was very tempted to give chase there, but we just
I would
held out
like
where we
to
were at.
remind Keaton
What?
that I would like to remind you that 2 weeks ago we did look up the narcotics unit
Mm-hmm.
to see who's part of it,
Mm-hmm.
and I think that's when we were looking up the lieutenant or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So would this person that we saw have been one of the people that we looked up as part of the narcotics unit?
What person? There was two people.
Right, like not the one that we were tracking, but the new one.
As far as
The
you
person that they didn't recognize. Would we have known him as one of the people that we looked up as part of the narcotics unit?
know. Didn't recognize him.
Okay.
That's not what I said.
I
recognize him.
checked the time that they saw them and the time that we saw them leave the station, and does it add up that they would have gone directly there
No.
based on like our expected commute?
No, it doesn't look. I mean, does not look like he drove straight there. It was. He had a lot of extra time in between. I will
Tell
give
Bill
you
that
that other car. I'll assume you guys are taking good notes on plates and things and faces or whatever. The other car was one of the other ones at that station. You don't know who this guy is,
Okay.
but it was another deputy from Sheriff Station Southwest.
I asked Bill. All right. Well, I guess tonight we'll have to make sure our group follows that person, because we had it noted down as a couple of our targets all went in different vehicles around the same time of the shift change. Good to know that he's the one that showed up over there. So tonight we'll plan to follow him.
I have
In the
no idea if
meantime,
they're gonna show up again or what all that was about. I don't know if they decided not to pursue further action because we had our car here. They should have recognized it. Not that that would have amounted to anything anyways. There's no other cars here either. But I don't
well,
know.
I'd have tried to remain a little bit more hidden if I were you, but you know,
I would have hid in a bush or something.
yeah, just jump in a bush or something.
Noted.
I think on our end today we're gonna go. We might split up. I don't know. Maybe I'll go to the public records department while Benny keeps an eye on the station, or maybe we'll go to the public works department together.
I sure do love keeping an eye on things.
Yeah, if you see those cars head out again tonight, you need to, you need to give pursuit on that.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys want to go look into any of those other victims, or the ones for the serial killer, or even the ones from the shootout.
Benny might be better suited here. Him and I might want to change roles, and I'll go to the look for records with you.
Why don't we all meet up at the public records and then split up from there? Because we only have 2 cars.
Because bad things never happen during the daytime.
Nothing bad ever happened during the day.
Orcs can't go in the sunlight, so it should be fine.
Yeah. Cops are allergic to the sun. And they dissolve if they get touched by it.
They're vampire cops.
They're literally vampire cops. That's the real conspiracy.
Yeah, we can still pull some public records. Down for that.
I should look into that.
So, what are Benny and Marvin doing?
We're going to the public records.
Going
Or
to
City Hall.
City Hall. Bright and early. You can show up.
First one's in.
First one's in, last one out. You show up to City Hall. It's downtown. Or the entire in LA City Hall also handles some things for the entire county. It's primarily for the city, but they have county records there as well. You pull up, walk in the door. Give me an alertness roll.
All right. Let's roll.
Marvin is not alert at all.
Roll alertness. Oh wait, sorry. Am I with you guys or no? We're all meeting there together, right?
I think we met outside, yeah.
You guys are all going to City Hall?
Yeah, that's where we're
Yeah,
going
I did
to
it.
do our exchange.
Okay.
Alert.
Bill is alert. Benny is alert. You guys pull up. And before you get there, before you're noticed or anything, you do see a couple squad cars, sheriff's cars, sitting out front of City Hall.
Do we recognize the plates?
Yeah, at least one of them is one that you recognize. It's not any of the your prime suspects, but it is one of the ones from the station. The other one you don't recognize.
Oh, interesting. Okay. I would almost say that it's still then a better idea for Benny and I to go in there, since we would be unrecognized by those cops. Because they might recognize Ruby, or now that we've noticed that, I think
Okay.
Yeah.
You go inside. Ruby and Bill, you guys are gonna stay outside
Yeah, for now.
for now. Okay. Yeah. So you go in. See, there's a front desk there. You have to go through some metal detectors. They've got the belt to scan your stuff first. You head in. And this front desk, it's like a middle age, maybe a little bit older. Yeah, like late 50s maybe. Woman at the counter. Oh, hello there. How can I help you? Hello? What do you guys need something? Not, we got a lot of people in line.
Yeah, we're looking for some records on an old case.
Old case? Who are
That's
you?
right. FBI. I say extra loudly.
Oh,
Oh God.
okay. Can I see, your identification?
Can
Yeah,
we show her our identification?
You can.
I show
Good.
her ID.
Your FBI badges?
Mm-hmm.
Our very real FBI badges.
Or your very real FBI badges? She takes them underneath the glass, checks it out. Huh. Okay. Well, what case are you looking for? What are you guys interested in?
What was it called again? The something tiger? The
Southside Tiger.
Southside Tiger.
Oh. Okay. Well, isn't that's a open and shut case, isn't it? The sheriff's department took care of that monster.
Yeah, they did a great job. We just want to look into the case a little bit. Yeah, there's some other, other cases that we think their good work on this one could help us with.
Okay.
You're still
We've got some information there. Let's see what I can pull up. She click clacks on her keyboard. Okay. Here you go. She prints something out. So, one moment, please. She goes back to the printer, about 5 feet behind her desk, pulls out some papers. Just 2 of them. Separates them, slides them under the glass to you guys. Here, you can take these over to the archives. It's on the 3rd floor. It's room 347. You take that elevator right up there, go down right all the way. It'll be the second to last door. Archives are all throughout the 3rd floor, but that should be the closest entrance for you. Hand this to the man at the desk, and he'll show you where to go. Please take these.
Yeah, I take them and I follow the directions that she provided.
Have a nice day.
Yep, is it easy?
All right, I guess I go look for these records.
Go up, look for the records. You go follow the directions. Very clear instructions. As you pull up to that room, open the door. There's a guard there. You show him the thing. He lets you through the door. Show it to the man at the front desk. The archives is, dingy archive room. They got just rows and rows and rows of shelves. Goes, hi, what can I do you for? Let me check this, thank you. Okay. Says it'll be that one over there. Gives you some directions. Just walk over, you pull out the records. It's in a section with several other details about certain police or sheriff's cases. This seems to be a section of closed cases specifically. but also this is the murder section. Got a couple different areas there, but you pull out a case for the Southside Tiger serial killer case. Looking around, you see all the information you saw before. Scanning through. There's details. There's some notes here about stuff reported in the press. It doesn't have like details exactly of like the articles. It doesn't have copies of the articles, but it has, you know, the LA Times printed this headline with details about this, and it has, you know, this online fucking journal said this other stuff, and it has some details about the case. Again, it's mostly stuff you were able to find online, but there's some extra details here. Can you guys give me a law roll? Hello?
Sorry, I was grabbing water. Can I dig into the details of the victims? Like, were they...
Give me a law roll.
Sorry.
Law.
I actually do have that. That's really unfortunate. Alright, I'm checking the box.
Oh.
I don't know if Benny's any good at law, but...
I have 0 law. I have no law.
Marvin's law is pretty good, but that's, yeah, that's
Marvin's law?
unlucky.
Okay, so looking through the details of the case here, you get some more information that wasn't public. So you see the address of where the Southside Tiger lived. His name is Franklin Dyer. You can see April 17th, 2013, he purchased the house at 4261 3rd Avenue, pays a lump sum through a long-closed Montenegrin bank account. Around January 10th of the next year, so about like 8 months later, 8-9 months, is the first victim, LeVar White, was a 16-year-old boy prostituting himself on Skid Row. Found dead 2 weeks after he went missing. Covered in deep fingernail gouges all over chest and arms. His tongue and teeth were removed pre-mortem, fingers post-mortem. He died from exsanguination and suffocation.
You're really quiet, Keaton.
Hello.
Ah.
Did you guys hear what I said?
A little bit, yeah. Like, he was found on, or he was doing something on Skid Row, and then...
He's prostituting himself on Skid Row, this boy.
Right.
16-year-old
Okay.
boy. Found dead 2 weeks after he went missing on January 10th. Gouges all over his chest, arms, tongue and teeth were removed pre-mortem, fingers post-mortem. So, see a little bit more details about that you found that online from some, you know, true crime blogs and stuff like that, but this has a more discrete timeline. So January 10th, and then 2 weeks later, January 24th, 2 weeks exactly, is when he was estimated to have died. Now, there may be some room for error there, Marvin. You know, that these details aren't always super precise, but looking at the details, the forensic details, it's probably within a couple hours, window. So yeah, he was found dead. What was it? He was found dead 16 days later, but they estimated he died 2 days before that, so 14 days after he went missing, exactly. Before Franklin Dyer bought the house, he was expelled from the Miskatonic University after a single semester in 2003 for non-payment of tuition. His application listed parents with fake social security numbers. Their listed address is a vacant lot in North Carolina, uninhabited since before the 1920s. So, non-existent parents, non-existent, house. He went to school for a single semester, but didn't pay his tuition. He got kicked out. 10 years later, he buys this house, lump sum payment, completely pays for this house from a Montenegrin bank account. And then a year later, or 9 months later, he finds his first victim. There's more details about the other victims if you would like. It wasn't until the fourth victim that the press gives him his name of the Southside Tiger, and you get the national media coverage and all that. January 16th, the Tactical Narcotics Unit, nicknamed the Slug Squad, executes the no-knock warrant. So this is 3 years after the first victim. Franklin Dyer was killing these people for 3 years until the cops finally found him at his residence. He fled to the basement. He slits the throat of a white male captive, and he's shot dead while bludgeoning Rosario Clements to death. 4 days later, all the cases are officially closed, all attributed to Franklin Dyer based on all the evidence discovered in the raid.
What was the evidence discovered in the raid?
What was evidence discovered in the raid? You see some crime scene photos revealing a row of posts driven into concrete flooring of the basement, which I think were described online, but you can see the photos of them for the first time. So it's like a 2 feet wide wooden post was driven into the concrete of his basement. It's bloodstained, covered in these leather straps that look very frayed and worn. They look super beat up, the leather. Woven through the support beams overhead rides a tangle of feeding tubes, catheters, and intravenous lines used to keep the captives alive. There's surgical equipment and chemistry gear lining the outer wall, though you don't see any reagents or chemical compounds found there. You see, Marvin, you're looking through some of the blood work and toxicology, and it seems remarkably similar to like what you found in your preliminaries of Jazz Jericho.
Well, I'm so excited about today. We haven't done a writer's workshop in so long.
I'm very excited too.
Whoa.
It's a glorious day.
Okay, and we don't have that blood work back yet, right?
You don't have it back yet, but like just what you're looking at is like this seems like it would line up. Don't know for sure yet.
Is there any details on why the Tactical Narcotics Unit would be dealing with violent crime? Like a serial killer? I feel like that's a weird assignment.
Yeah, it seems weird. There's no details about it other than they were working with some other people in the sheriff's department, and it was a joint raid with LAPD officers as well. But there's no specific reason.
Thanks.
If you're looking at Dyer's body's toxicology, it's completely clean for narcotics. However,
That's right, bird.
it looks like Franklin Dyer suffered a trace amount of mercury poisoning.
Trace amount of mercury poisoning.
But the victims had significantly more mercury poisoning.
Did they all die exactly 14 days after capture? Or estimated to be all 14 days after capture?
Just about, yeah.
How long was Jazz missing for? Like when was the last reported? Because I think it was the podcast, right? And it was like 14 days before he was found.
Mm-hmm. Can you give me criminology or search, either one of you?
Yeah.
As you're looking through these.
I don't have crim. Oh, I do have search. Motherfucker!
Everyone should have search.
Let's go. God, I thought that was a 71 again.
Okay, Marvin, you're looking through these, and you find some inconsistencies. There's a journal photographed on the shelf of the basement. Clear photo of some books. One journal stands out. On the shelf of the lab. It's like half covered by an Erlenmeyer flask, but you can see the book there. All of the flask and all the other chemical equipment was entered into evidence, but there's no record of a journal being recovered from the basement.
Where was there mention of the journal?
There's not.
Well, wait, why would but why am I
There's a photograph.
noting that? Oh, there's a photograph of a journal in the basement, but there was no.
Everything else is logged into evidence except for one journal.
God, I wonder if this is like a deal with the devil situation.
Deal
He has
with,
to make-
what do you mean
he has-
deal with the devil?
Like he has to make sacrifices every once in a while, and like, then they get beneficial things. Like, I don't know. Okay, well, I make note of that. And then I make note of the people who were there at the time. It was the lieutenant, and then who else was there? Like because obviously they would have been like matters of like, there'd be like public figures, right? So it's a public matter, so there'd probably been some interviews or some pictures of them at the
Sure,
the
Lieutenant
site.
John Marlin did a lot of those interviews. In these cases, in these case files, you can see exactly who was there. It was the sheriff's department sent Lieutenant Marlin and the select squad to the house to execute the warrant. There was some police involved as backup, but it was the select squad that went in. The tactical narcotics unit were the ones that went in to the property and conducted the raid. It was Lieutenant Marlin, Deputy Julian Sands, Sergeant Freddie Sutton, Sergeant Anton Gully, and let's see. Hold on, I gotta find some details. Yeah, that was it. John Marlin, Julian Sands, Freddie Sutton, and Anton Gully were the four that entered the house. They were the only four to enter the house. There was two other groups, two other sheriff's cars there, and 2 police cars there. So there was 6 total cars sent there. Only 2 of them, these 4 men, went in. There's 1 police car and 1 sheriff car around the back on the street behind, in case the Sasa Tiger was able to run away. 2 posted out front. You guys can look through those files for a while. But the most important thing there is there was a little bit of mercury found on him, which is weird, and there was a lot of mercury found on the victims. An overwhelming amount. Like, they would have died well before, like, any of the other tortures would have killed them. But somehow they were able to stay alive throughout significant amount of mercury poisoning.
Sorry, I'm trying to write down all the things. So it was Lieutenant.
John Marlin, Freddie Sutton, Julian Sands,
John
Anton.
Marlin, Freddie.
I think that's the only one that we didn't have written down before was the, well, Anton what?
Freddie Sutton
Gully,
and
Gully.
Julian Sands and Gully. What's his first name?
Anton,
Anton.
Anton,
Anton.
Gully.
Gully.
Is there anything else you guys look at specifically?
Is there a picture of them?
No.
Or would I have seen pictures of the four of them when I was looking up online about this case?
There's none in the files here, but yeah, you can find pictures of them online. Lots of articles hailing them as heroes for killing the Southside Tiger.
Would Anton look how the person that they saw yesterday, like would he be as described? Like, does he look kind of similar to what Bill was telling me about?
No.
Okay, so doesn't look like that other guy.
Yeah, he's an older deputy. He's a sergeant, so he's higher ranking. He's got some wrinkles, so he's at least mid-50s. About 5'10", 5'11", as far as you can tell. Thin brown hair, but it's a full head of hair, but it's thinning. He's got very deep sunken eyes. And he's rather skinny.
Okay. That's not the person that they saw then.
No. He looks like this.
We've seen him before.
But Ruby and Bill were the ones that saw him, so you don't know who this is yet.
Yeah. And then the larger guy, we believe, is Deputy Julian Sands. The one who's always going to get food.
That's Freddie Sutton.
That's Freddie Sutton.
Mm-hmm.
And we haven't seen Julian Sands yet. He's the
young
weirdly
one.
handsome one, right?
He's fucking hot and ripped.
Right. Okay.
Like, you're a doctor. He's probably roided the fuck out.
Okay. And then we know what the lieutenant looks like because our characters don't, but like we loosely know based off the pictures. Yeah.
Men online. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we know what they all look like now.
Their names.
I would have noted them yesterday, like, because I had looked up these people right when I was doing the stakeout, so I would have noted their behaviors. So these are all people that I would have seen coming and going
you
at
did
certain
not see
times.
Anton Gully coming and going, and you didn't see. You only saw Marlin leave at the end of the shift. The other two, Julian and Freddie, went in and out a bunch.
Okay.
You never saw Anton Gully.
Even at the shift change?
Correct. Maybe he doesn't work weekends.
Well, he was working because they went there that day, and they saw him. I mean, again, out of character. I don't know that, but they would know that if I brought it up. And as mentioned in the online article, there's nothing connecting these victims. It seemed somewhat random.
completely
The-
random.
the only
unlike any
consistency-
serial killer case.
The only consistency in the serial killing is that they were all killed approximately 14 days after disappearance, and they all had an excess amount of mercury in their system.
Well, and claw marks and the fingertips
claw
and
marks.
tongues, all of that, exactly the same. But the victims' profiles completely different. There's a 16-year-old prostitute boy. There's an old lady, a bunch of people of different races, ethnicities, ages, professions, different areas of the city even. I mean, they're all in Los Angeles metro area broadly. But other than that, nothing at all similar about them. All ages and ethnicities, socioeconomic backgrounds. No pattern that you can find. The first
Okay.
couple victims were all found after they were killed. Their bodies dumped in different areas. The final 2 victims were found again in the basement there. So he had 2 victims still alive. He slit one of the one's throat and bashed the other one's head in right before he got shot and killed.
Okay.
These cops aren't really heroes, they're not.
They stopped him from killing anyone else.
Shake my head, they watched him kill 2 people.
Yeah. So the way it goes is the case file goes. So they bashed in the door. They were guns blazing. They're rushing in. He runs down to the basement and does that before they're able to chase him down there. They had to break down his basement door. It was locked as well.
So there's not really so cops couldn't really do anything there. Or they just didn't act quickly enough.
Not according to the case file.
Which we already know has inconsistencies, so.
As you're scanning, give me a forensics roll. Pretty good. If only you had a plus 12 to that.
It's not our day.
It's a bad day. Check the box. Yes, you see those details about the mercury, and you see all sorts of strange details, but it doesn't quite make sense to you. There's so many weird things going on. You can't quite piece together all the weird things going on in the forensics and Southside Tiger's case. But I'll let Marvin sit on that for a bit. But it's puzzling too. You don't understand, why did he do these things? Why did he kill him in this way? Now you think Marvin thinks that it's related to Jazz's death. The deaths are similar, so maybe those scratches came from themselves. You don't know that for sure, but you definitely don't understand how this connects to the Southside Tiger. It's puzzling. You're not sure, and there's mercury, there's weird stuff, but drugs came back clean. There's no drugs in this guy's body or the victims. They just had a fuckload of mercury in them. Outside, we see Ruby and Bill sitting in the car. You guys just saw the sheriff's cars there. Do you guys move around at all? Do you guys
We
just
stabbed their tires.
stab their tires?
No.
Oh, yeah.
So the sheriff car's pulled up?
They've been there. They were there before you were.
Oh.
That's why we didn't go in right away.
Oh, okay. Right.
So you guys are watching. It's been 15-20 minutes. You guys are still sitting there in their cars.
They're in their cars.
They're in the cars out front.
Well, what do we do about that, Bill?
And what is there to do? They're gonna stand around. We're gonna stand around. It's a good old standoff here.
The good old standoff.
I don't see a need to escalate things and confront them unless you do.
No. We'll just wait for the others and go back to doing what we were doing before.
Would anyone of you guys, before we went in, have told us to look for specific information that you were interested in?
I think I've told you everything I knew about the Southside Tiger.
Right. I mean, like, but you guys, did you guys say like, oh, find out this detail about this person, or like this was not enough information about this thing online? You should look into it in the report, just so that I make sure that I cover our bases to have all the information that we were looking for. Because right now I kind of just mostly have those notes that I just took, but I don't know if there's any other details that you guys would be interested in.
Keaton, are we allowed to get copies of them?
I don't know, are you?
I don't know, I'm not inside to ask.
Let's find out.
I guess would we know that? I mean, I feel like we have had some experience with this, right? So we would kind of know if public records are
Probably not.
available for.
Nope.
Okay. Like we probably wouldn't know, or we would know that you're probably not allowed.
Usually you can't.
You cannot take it out of this room.
Okay.
And usually you can't get copies either.
Correct.
Although
Yeah.
maybe it's different if you're fucking FBI. I don't know.
Maybe you have a warrant and you can pull these, make copies, and get them back to the FBI. Ordinarily, you can't without some legal justification.
You can't get copies of public records without legal
These
justification.
aren't public.
Ah,
I would like to. I guess one last thing I can think of to look into in this is the investigation history. So not just the actual like capture, but like this went on for 3 years. So I kind of want to know what was being done during those 3 years to find them. Like what was the legwork that led to the Slug Squad entering this facility? Like what are the details behind them having identified him and went to this location? You know, what work was done by other people that aren't the Slug Squad to have gotten them there? Because I can imagine the tactical narcotics unit was on this for 3 years to capture this guy.
Yeah, so, unsurprisingly, 16-year-old prostitute boy, murdered, dumped in a, murdered and dumped on the street. No investigation. Cops showed up, took some pictures, and decided he's a prostitute. Shit happens sometimes. A couple months later, LeVar White dumped in a dumpster in Anaheim. Late 30s. Cops don't look into it too much, but some people online start noting that these looks like similar deaths. Another year later, or 9 months later, Kellyanne McMillan reported missing by waitstaff from her truck stop that she works at. Cops don't look into it. They say she probably ran away. She's got an abusive boyfriend. She probably ran away from him. I'm telling you guys. They don't look into it until she's found dead 2 weeks later, stuffed into the trunk of a abandoned car. Her own car. Same exact death. Reporters and
That was
social
also 6 months? So it was 6 months, 6 months, 6 months?
January, April, January.
Okay, so they're all exactly 6 months apart.
Nope.
No.
January.
April, 3 months later.
Oh,
months?
January,
3 months.
8 months.
Okay.
Not at all 6 months.
Sorry.
Uh, again, same things you find. But Kellyanne McMillan, the girl that was reported missing, also had swollen, necrotic wounds on the veins of both her arms from multiple puncture marks. Her actual cause of death, besides all this trauma, but the actual cause of death was dehydration. This is when reporters and social media start picking up the case, and now the cops start looking into it. LAPD and LA Sheriff's Department both start looking into it, and they realize, hey, we got a serial killer on this. Individually, police did not look into any of these deaths beyond what they had to.
Classic.
It was at the fourth death in December, 11 months later. Oh, I'm sorry. 23 months later, December 2016. Fourth victim is found, stuffed down a manhole in Compton. Age 41. Edvard Panosian. Was reported missing on his way to work a month earlier. He wasn't found for a month. And the body was fresh enough to indicate long captivity. So this one breaks the 2 weeks pattern. Fingers were removed, pre-mortem along with the tongue, and the mouth was sewn shut. Restraints left bruises across each of his appendages. Fingernail gouging was limited to the eyes. So there wasn't any scratches and stuff. It was all around his eyes. Cause of death for this one was malnutrition. This is when we get the nickname Southside Tiger. The FBI convened a task force. And this is when progress really starts getting made on the case once the FBI steps in. They start canvassing around all over LA, trying to find a pattern, and they're unable to. There is essentially no leads for so long. January 7, 2017, Rosario Clemens was dragged into a car at 3 a.m. from a bar outside of University of San Diego. Witnesses were unable to identify the man in the dark or see plate numbers, but an anonymous tip puts a vehicle of similar description in the vicinity of Franklin Dyer's house. 2 days later, an LAPD officer running plates in the neighborhood to look for Rosario Clemens' vehicle spots Edvard Panosian's car sticking out of Franklin Dyer's backyard. With hostages likely and a warrant and urgent tactical response are prepared. Sheriff Station Southwest is tasked with the tactical response. So the only thing that really made the case, they had no evidence, they knew nothing other than they had a tip of a vehicle was found in that neighborhood, and then a random LAPD officer runs plates in the neighborhood, and he just happens to see Edvard Panosian's car, the fourth victim's car, in the backyard of Franklin Dyer's residence. And then they go. So how much work was put into this? Not much until the police had to respond. How many leads, how much investigation did they do? Not much. They had nothing until 2 days, or until 1 day before they did the raid. They knew nothing about this guy other than this was his house. And they only found that out a day before they did the raid.
And the Slug Squad wasn't working on this at all until they raid itself.
They were on it. They weren't the leads.
So they were doing some support on the case, but they weren't like...
The entire city was essentially working on this.
Does it mention at all why they were selected as the squad to go in, and not the like FBI agents that were signed, or it's like SWAT or anything?
Nope.
No details. Okay.
They were, I mean, they're a tactical unit. They're equipped for raids, but so is a lot of the LAPD. Why didn't they send in anyone else? You're not sure. Their squad is, on paper, capable, and they have the jurisdiction for this. But why were they specifically selected? You're not sure. Doesn't say. It's not weird that they would be selected. Outside, you two are sitting in the car, not wanting to approach, not wanting to attract any attention. Boom. A squirrel drops off of a power line above you. Cheeks full of nuts, swollen cheeks, just dropped onto your windshield. It winces a little bit and stands up, and it's just staring at you two in the car. It's kind of moving its mouth around a little bit. You see around its eyes, it's black, like sludge, starts pouring out of its eyes. It's pouring out, and then it vomits out what you thought were nuts in its cheek, and it's just all this black sludge. It's thick, like oil. And you see an impossible amount of matter come out of this little squirrel, just vomiting all over your windshield. And inside the sludge, after it spreads out and clears out for a moment, you see a tiny worm. The squirrel falls and dies, and the worm melts into the black sludge. A few moments later, maybe 10 seconds later, the sludge just seems to fade away. And now there's a dead squirrel on your windshield. Give me a sanity check.
Okay.
Squirrel jump scare.
Oh, why were these people selected for the case? Dead squirrel! Distraction!
How do you get to your sheet?
Save.
Several ways. Double click your character.
Double click your character.
Okay, so I double click my token. I single click the big
The skull.
picture if that's there. Single click, double. Sanity, roll, go. Where do I roll that?
Top right where your sanity is.
It's full. Got it. Yay.
51.
Still same.
You lose 1 sanity.
That's unfortunate.
What goes through your mind as you see the squirrel vomit out probably 5 squirrels worth of sludge?
Does Ruby also see this, by the way?
Yeah, but he's not here.
Oh man.
He stepped away from his computer.
Okay. Fair enough.
He woke up, Bree. Whoops.
The squirrel woke up, Bree.
Yeah.
hello.
Hello, hello.
How many minutes? In 5 minutes. Where are these guys?
I'm
Have
hanging
you
out.
solved the case yet?
Yeah. It's all
I think
done.
so, yeah.
We
think we
figured it out.
Awesome.
We did it.
You did a good job, team. Good job.
All according to
Yes.
plan.
Case in my life.
All according to the Keikaku.
Keikaku means plan.
All according to Kugapti.
True.
It
Real.
is. Everything is according to Kugapti.
Everything is according to Kugapti. Whatever Kugapti wants, Kugapti gets. He wants me to eat a tree, I'll fucking eat a tree.
I'll eat that goddamn tree right now.
Less Kugapti.
No hesitation.
Some people are tree hungry. I'm a fucking tree eater.
Yeah.
Hidden trees.
Proper tree.
Get off my proper tree. Man, you fuckers keep messing up my cameras.
How do you know you're not messing up my cameras?
Yeah. Ever thought about that? Clearly not.
Kevin keeps turning his camera on and off.
What a
Messing up.
fucker.
How dare he? Alright, he's still
Just
not
because
back?
today is not his birthday.
Alright, well, guess we'll keep going with the guys inside because we gotta wait for Phoebe to be back.
Yeah.
Figure out what's going on with her. Okay. So, you two inside, you found some stuff. Did, Malik, you had a question? Remember what it was? You're on mute.
You-
Oh.
Yeah.
He's talking. His freaking
Sorry.
wife.
Yeah, my wife.
Come on, dude.
That's not dedicated to the investigation.
Really not dedicated.
I'm not tricking you. I was gonna ask if the squirrel was a distraction.
Right.
Like, are they still in their car? The two.
Is the squirrel a distraction?
Are you saying that they planted that
What the fuck
squirrel?
do you think, man?
Did they plant that squirrel?
All I'm saying is, if they were in their car before and they're not in their car now,
Is that squirrel working with the feds?
well, working with the sheriffs. We're
We are the feds.
It's not working
Sort
with
of.
me.
The evil feds that are
The
not
bad
us.
ones.
The anti-feds.
The anti-feds.
The Dark Federation.
Is there an anti-Delta Green?
Yeah.
It's a good question.
Delta Red.
And I do have the answer.
Yes.
You're looking at, if you look back out to the sheriff cars, they're still there, still in the car. Doesn't seem like it was a distraction planted by the sheriffs.
Yeah, oh yeah. Bill looks over. Do they see the fucking squirrel?
No, it doesn't look like they noticed.
Come on.
Unfortunate. Oh, did you take off Sandy for me? You did.
Oh.
So, Marvin and Benny.
That's
You
us.
guys are in. Yeah, that's you. You're inside. Looking through these files. Is there anything else specifically you're looking for? Because otherwise, that's most of the details you can find in a couple hours.
See, it's time we blow this popsicle stand. What do you think, Dorfinator.
He doesn't care.
Yes. I think we've got everything we needed from here.
Sounds good to me.
I like
Let's have-
Orphanator.
Let's have a rendezvous.
The more we learn, I feel like the less we know.
You're telling me.
So, Phoebe, you're sitting in the car with Bill.
Yes.
Oh, I can't wait to hear this description again.
It's gonna be great.
And you need to go back in the stream a couple 20 minutes to listen to what I'm about to describe. You're sitting in the car chatting with Bill, you know, doing a good chin wag with him, when all of a sudden a squirrel falls on the windshield on his side. Puts a little
Shoot it.
He pulls out his gun. He's triggered so much by the dog that he just shoots through his own windshield.
Freeze! Put your hands where you can see him.
it puts a little scratch.
Why do
on-
I feel like he's not going to succeed this sanity check?
It's a scratch on the windshield, and the squirrel's mouth looks like it's full of nuts, its cheek pouches, and it just like winces and stands back up, and it's staring at you too. And you see this black sludge start pouring out of its eyes. Its eyes go completely black, and the sludge starts
God.
pouring out. And then what you thought were nuts is actually more of this black sludge as it starts to vomit out an absurd amount of this thick black sludge out from its mouth, and then continues out from the rest of its body. You see its stomach ebbing and flowing, just pumping out more and more of this sludge, an absurd amount, more than you think could possibly fit inside of a squirrel. And at one point you see just a tiny worm with that black sludge, and it starts squirming around in the sludge for a moment.
I didn't know RFK was in this.
And the squirrel stops vomiting out the sludge and falls to its side in death. And the worm then melts into the sludge, kind of turns black and melts into the rest of the sludge, which then disappears 10 seconds later. Just fades away. And you're left with a dead squirrel on your windshield. A little dent. Give me a sandy roll.
I win these. That didn't phase me after the dog, you know?
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Told you.
Easy.
Yeah, nothing phases you. You lose 1 sanity.
Wait, no.
You lose
But I
1.
succeeded.
You did succeed. Best possible outcome. You lose 1 sanity.
Could not have gone better for you than it did.
Well, I guess it wasn't a critical success. Second best outcome. Could have gone slightly better.
Did anyone fail it?
I did not fail it.
Yeah, it's just you two sitting in the car. This is while
Okay.
they're still inside City Hall. And Phoebe, you're smelling it. You get just the most wonderful scent.
Oh,
Like,
No.
what is Phoebe's favorite food from New Mexico? It's like green chili.
that's
Racist.
kind of racist. It is, but that's kind of racist.
Yeah, the best green chili you've ever smelled. Just juicy, perfect. If you like barbecue, perfectly cooked, perfectly marinated barbecue, just delicious. That's what you smell.
Guys, smell
Also, it's
that.
nice.
Bill smells fucking sewage, disgusting.
What an
like-
idiot.
It's just absurd. Like there's slightly sweet, like maybe vanilla or something, like sickly sweet scent, but largely sewage.
Largely
Shit. Just a
Is
hint
that
of
his favorite meal?
with the
It's
sewage
not.
with a slight hint of vanilla. Wonderful.
That's what you
God, I
smell.
love that taste. That's premium right there.
That's what you
Mhm.
smell. Phoebe smells an amazing meal, favorite meal prepared.
One of us is more normal than the other. One of us is more.
You both succeed your sanity, and you're just like, that was fucking weird. How does Phoebe respond? You feel sane, but how do you respond to that?
I can't remember. Did the dog also have black sludge coming out of it after getting shot?
Just blood.
Just blood, normal blood. The animals in this town are a bit different, eh?
Yeah, they're built
They're
different.
not like the ones from New Mexico.
New Mexico, they don't bleed black.
They ain't like this in San Diego either.
Must be an LA thing.
Must be a new breed of LA squirrel.
The crime epidemic in LA is unfathomable.
It's all the pollution
Now
in the
the-
air.
The pollution in the air.
I
Why
thought
does it
ICE was
smell
supposed
so
to take care of
bad?
these squirrels.
What do you mean it's so great?
What? It's literally sewage.
Okay, well that's a bit offensive. It was
Well, maybe there's a slight hint of vanilla. Hard to tell.
vanilla. That was green chili, so it was
I've got a very discerning palate. Okay. That's an odd combination, but that is specifically what I register.
uh,
It is.
it didn't smell anything like that to me. It was just a lovely meal, I thought. I figured
Maybe
somebody was cooking it.
Maybe you're coming down with a cold then. I hear colds nowadays make your sense of smell go all bad.
It's not 2019.
Yeah.
Yikes! Deep cut.
Yeah.
Deep
Real
cut.
deep cut. Okay. So you guys just sitting there. The sheriffs are still in their cars. They didn't seem to notice this squirrel falling on your car, vomiting all this up. But you guys both see that. It's not a difference in reality. You guys both see
Do we
that.
think it's real?
As far as you can tell, it left a dent on the windshield. The squirrel is still there. It's dead.
We should bag this and give it to Marvin.
I
He would
mean,
love that.
actually, that might not be the worst idea.
Yeah. Maybe there's some drugs in this system.
Do we got like a trash bag or something?
Roll luck.
Oh,
This is LA, of course there's a bag somewhere.
good. Oh my god.
Yeah, there's a bag.
See? Bag.
Egg detected.
Dang,
Yeah, you know.
nice.
Bag it up. You rolled luck. You got gloves too. New gloves. Pick up the
Let's
squirrel.
go.
Oh yeah.
Placed it in the
Let's
Yeah,
fucking go.
baby.
So now you have a dead squirrel in a plastic bag.
Yeah, that'll be helpful later.
Yes, if you starve in the middle of the desert.
Hell yeah.
Marvin and Benny, you guys, you just leave. You set the case files back in and head out.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah.
You learned some things.
We
Head out.
give all the information to
Hold on.
our team. Once we get
Holding.
Hold on. You walk out of the door. Open up the big,
Dude,
tall doors. Step out,
play with me?
and you see the two cars. The doors open. Sheriff deputies walk out. Hands on their hips, and they're walking up to you two. How do you guys react as they're walking towards you?
No, I just don't react at all. Just continue walking
Yeah.
And until they stop us, because I have no reason to think that they're coming toward me.
Play it cool.
You do think they're coming towards you, but you're acting like you don't think.
Yeah, I'm acting like I don't think they're coming
man,
toward me.
be cool. Be cool, man.
They walk straight in front of you. If you try to step out of their way, they step back in your way, put a hand on you each.
I look at their hand and I look back at them.
There you
What can I do for you?
go.
And I shrug his hand off me.
They go. What are you boys looking into in there? Something you shouldn't be
see-
looking at?
I flash my FBI badge and I say, I don't see why it would matter to a sheriff like you.
What are you looking for?
I don't answer to you, buddy.
I'm not your buddy, pal.
Oh, the tension. You could cut it with a knife.
Whatever you're looking for. Stop.
I spit on the ground.
And I look at him again and I said, I don't answer to you.
He taps his hip, taps his gun. Well, there's one thing you answer to. You'll answer to it.
Threatening you? Is he threatening?
Are you threatening a federal agent?
Answer honestly.
You can't lie, it's illegal.
It's
If you're a
true.
cop, you have to tell me.
I'm a cop. They go, one of them goes, well, I'm not threatening anything, but when you go looking for trouble, sometimes you find it.
God, I hope so.
Oh. Oh my god.
I guess I'll be seeing you again soon then, huh? Trouble?
Where you
Marvin's
going?
wife still with him.
No, you won't see us again. Don't worry.
Yeah, because you wouldn't like how that turns out.
We trust you'll be careful from now on.
I'll continue doing what I've been doing. And I'm appreciated if you stay out of our business, Sheriff.
The deputy. Not the sheriff.
Well,
Deputy, sheriff
he's
deputy.
the sheriff department. I don't know. Cop. Whatever. Whatever's most
Fucking
insulting.
pig.
Pig.
Yeah, whatever he would find the most insulting.
You
Call him Oinker.
fucking oinker. And they turn around and walk back to their car. They don't.
Do I recognize them? Who is it?
You do not.
What?
Oh, I guess one of them you would recognize. It's from Sheriff Station Southwest. Does not appear to be on the Tactical Narcotics Unit. The one that was talking to you is from that station. The other one is not. You don't recognize the other one. But it's not any of the four that were in the raid. They walk back to the car. And the cars. And then they pull off. They speed off. Tires burning rubber. Walk back to your car. Once they leave, they turn the corner, get away. Get back into the car. What do you guys do? What do you guys say? Bill and Phoebe, you saw that go down.
What was that about?
That's a great question. I go to Bill and Phoebe. I fill them in on what we found and that interaction to see.
Hand him the squirrel.
You tell us about the squirrel.
I hand
Do
it
I have
to
to
you.
roll a sanity check now?
No, you didn't
No.
see it. It's fine.
It's just a dead
But
squirrel.
This is a dead squirrel.
So, what were your main takeaways from public records there, or from the records there?
A lot.
All the victims were found presumed to be dead around 14 days after their disappearance, exact same as Jazz. There was a ton of mercury found on the victims, less so on the Southside Tiger themselves, but I believe the deaths and the forensics were very, very similar to Jazz. Makes me think that those victims also may have done it to themselves like Jazz did, but it's unclear how what kind of drug or something with a lot of mercury could cause them to do that. We also found some pictures of the basement where he killed the last 2 victims, and in there was a journal.
Wait, did it to themselves? So you're saying you don't think Franklin Dyer actually killed these guys?
Well, maybe not directly. He definitely killed the last 2, though. There was a journal in the basement that they found him in, and it's not recorded in any report. I think that journal will be the key for us figuring this out. If I had to guess, Lieutenant Marlin will have it. The people at the scene were Lieutenant John Marlin, Freddie Sutton, Julian Sands, and Anton Gully.
Wait, so where was the journal noted? It was in the police report?
It was in a picture, but it wasn't in the report.
Oh, it was in the picture. Got it. Okay. So
Everything
physical evidence that wasn't actually going through the chain of custody officially.
Yeah, everything else in the pictures was logged. It was accounted for as evidence, not the journal.
All right. One lead to follow up on. Okay. And that was found in the. What scene was that on?
In the basement of his house.
Basement of Franklin Dyer's house.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's where the 2 victims were as well, and that's where he died.
All right, this is something to go off of, but yeah, a lot of little threads here, not all quite adding up yet. But I think it's safe to say that there's some sort of drug or not purely natural thing at work here that's making these people tear out their faces, and that's either being administered inadvertently or increasingly it sounds like intentionally. Hell of a way to get rid of some victims, don't you think? Or some witnesses.
Yeah, the victims seem to have nothing in common with each other. It's very strange.
Do you think it's possible that whatever's driving these people crazy, it's some sort of compound that could be manufactured?
Sorry, did we know what the background of the killer was? Like what his career was?
Nope.
He went to school for 1 semester and then was kicked out for not paying tuition. His background was that he reported a family address, but the address didn't exist, and then he basically, there's no record of him until he bought this house that he was killing people out of in full. Like, he just bought it in full.
Yeah, just cash payment, lump sum, paid off the house entirely.
Interesting. Classic billionaire class, you know?
Yep.
Typical rich people.
what's the plan? It's I don't know, 10 a.m. on Monday now. You guys were in there for a couple hours, 2 hours. What are you guys doing?
We left the lawyer alone. We should probably get people back over there.
Oh, she's probably gonna be dead as soon as we go back. I bet. Calling it now.
We should have Benny and Bill go back to the lawyer probably.
Right?
Yeah, all right.
No objections.
Yeah, no objections on that, but what do you think you guys are gonna go off and do here? I mean, we got that diary as a potential lead, but nowhere to start looking for it. I mean, I guess you guys go back to that police station. Next time you see him pull out, just go ahead and follow him.
Hmm.
But I don't know. Still sort of grasping at straws here a little bit.
True.
Well, let's run forensics on the squirrel.
That's most important.
I mean,
Let's do that. I'm
actually, though,
I'm
might be a good
concerned
thing to
that
go and do.
that black sludge is. I don't know. Maybe that could be related. It's pretty unusual.
I mean, it tends to be the thing in these cases, right?
Mm-hmm.
Things are connected more often than you might think.
Exactly.
Now, I don't see the connection between the squirrel puking up some black sludge vomit with a hint of vanilla and a guy clawing his face off, but there's always the possibility. Now, what do we think, Doc? You run some reports on this?
I guess I will do an autopsy on the squirrel.
Let's go. Parking lot autopsy. You got your tools?
I do have my tools, but I don't know if I want to do it in this city, this
my-
official city hall parking lot.
That's the best place to do it.
Time is of the essence.
We got to go to the forensic convention.
You can go to the bathroom if you
That
want.
is very important that we go to the forensic. That is like the single most important plot point.
That's so stupid.
I've
We
been
need
waiting.
pictures of Marvin there just in case his wife doesn't believe him.
Do we need to go do a photo shoot? We should go do a photo shoot there.
Yeah.
Gotta give himself the cover.
Yeah, true.
Bill, your cell phone. It's going off.
Who is it?
Looks like it's from work.
Ooh, busted.
Oh,
Alright, guys, give me a second. Got a call from my office. Or from, yeah, my office. Alright, pick it up.
Why are your pants off?
Yeah.
This is we're calling about that HR report against you.
What?
You keep flashing all the
Yeah,
way.
they keep saying that. Yeah, you're just going around flashing people. You've been crashing helicopters into planes.
Hey, Bill, where you at?
Who's talking?
Your boss. Randy.
Yeah, you don't remember me giving you a ring on Friday night saying I might be out or saying I'd be out for a couple of days?
No, well, I thought you were coming in. Let me see.
Yeah, I know I was scheduled for today, but I had to take some PTO. Had some stuff come up.
Well,
Hopefully she'll be back before the end of the week.
well, John's out too. So, what am I supposed to do here?
Not
We need you to come in, man.
Can't do. Got a family emergency
We only
going on
got-
right now.
We only got 2 pods ready to go. If anything happens, what are we supposed to do?
Run.
Pull someone from another department. I know it's not ideal, but come on, it's not like this is the first time you've had to deal with this.
Nah,
Sorry, man. If it wasn't critical, you know me, I'd come in, but
alright, well. Okay. Okay, well, take care of yourself. Yeah, just come back soon. We're short staffed, man. And
yeah, I hear ya. Hopefully this will be resolved pretty soon, or hopefully I'll be good to come in pretty soon.
By the way, someone came by this morning looking for you. Said they were they're in the Marines with you. I didn't speak to them. Someone
Right.
said they were looking for you. I don't know. Anyway, all right. Take care of yourself.
All right. Thanks. Appreciate it. Talk to you later.
You're not gonna ask for the name?
I know who it
You're looking
is.
for? Oh, okay.
Does Bill know who it is?
Yeah, Bill will know who it is.
Okay. All right. You get the call. Get back in the car. What's going on? Do you want to go back to Nilinius? And Marvin's gonna do an autopsy on the squirrel. What's
It's
Phoebe
very
doing?
fucking important, dude.
Hanging out with Marvin during the autopsy?
Yeah.
Okay. So you two, Benny and Bill, right? Heading off to Nilinius.
Stakeout time.
There you go.
There you go.
Woo!
You ready to watch this lawyer all night? Ready.
Night number 2. Let's
So
go.
right, because we're federal agents.
Mm.
Alright. Change cars, head up there. And Marvin and Phoebe, where you guys going? Where you gonna do this autopsy? The convention?
I'm the hotel, I guess. I go buy some towels and stuff and like take the table and set up the squirrel.
Okay. Yeah, you go back to the hotel, you do all that, send up. Give me forensics.
Oh boy, I hope I don't fail this one.
No, that would be really embarrassing.
Oh, let's go.
Success.
Yes.
You notice a couple things. One, it smells fucking disgusting. This squirrel. Not beyond death. Again, sewage, shit, trash. The worst smelling thing you can imagine. But with a hint of this like chemical sweetness. And your forensic mind is going off like, what is this smell? What could have caused this? You look
Why
into
did I smell good food and never smell sewage?
Good question. And looking into it, and you do find some traces of mercury. But this doesn't line up the way the squirrel died. They're mercury poisoning. Not exactly. I mean, it can make you vomit, but not like that. Not black sludge. That's the only thing you find. It's otherwise, and it's a small amount. Very trace amount for a squirrel. Certainly enough to kill a squirrel still, but not an overwhelming amount.
Okay.
All right.
So,
I
that's
think
all
the
you can
squirrel had
find.
something to do with it.
Okay. So there's the I note that there seems to be a lot of mercury in the squirrel. That's
Signal.
odd.
Sick. All right. Conversation over.
It's odd.
Does it relate to the drugs that you've seen before?
It seems like the victims Yeah, a lot of mercury in their system too.
This squirrel just fell out and barfed out black sludge, so I don't think we've seen any of the victims do that, have we? Could be a new variant.
I don't think so. Yeah, it seems different. I don't know why this squirrel would be connected to these human murders, but I guess so.
A squirrel murdering them.
The squirrel was the murderer the whole time.
Case closed.
We figured it out. Way to go, guys.
Way to go, team. Solve the
What are you gonna do?
case. Another easy case.
Squirrel's got a
Sure.
little mercury. What's going on? I guess you two can think about what you can do with the rest of your day. It's noon. Got a whole day ahead of you. You can think about that as I go over to Nalinia as you guys arrive. You get a text from Marvin saying Mercury and the squirrel. No other details.
No other details needed.
Right.
Where you guys doing this takeout? Same spot? It was good last time.
Was it good last time?
What are you guys doing?
How about you roll some stealth, Benny, and decide where we're hanging out. That's why we brought you. You're the stealth man.
I only want to use you for your skill. You as a person.
I
Yeah.
just want some 70%.
Where are we hiding?
Let's paint ourselves to like the color of like a, and then like let's just press ourselves against the wall nearby.
You got some ghillie suits. You can bust out.
Colored paint.
Do I have to roll luck to see if I have some ghillie suits?
No, you can tell me if you have a ghillie suit. Is that something you would bring with you?
Yeah, let's do it. I definitely. If in real life, I would bring a ghillie everywhere I go. There's no reason why this character wouldn't bring it.
Are they strip mall colored?
Yes, they are. That's like it's like urban camouflage.
Yeah.
In the urban jungle. Okay, you know, we don't fight wars in like the forests anymore. Fight them.
You never seen those strip mall gray ghillie suits?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
It's just covered in like garbage, and then we just lay on the sidewalk.
Why don't you just dress up as like a homeless person?
This is way, way more expensive.
Okay.
That's why.
You can't.
What if they run a background check and they find out we aren't really home?
So I might.
They are going to run a background check on garbage.
I feel like Bill would let Benny do this, and then Bill would just say, maybe we should hang out in the car down the street on the back alley to make sure they don't get around the back.
Are you
That's
sure?
perfect for some trash.
Are you sure? You sure you don't want to get in on this?
It looks like you got her control, and we got to cover our bases here.
This being,
In case she tries to give us the slip, you know?
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I'm gonna go assume the positioning now. Good luck on your end.
Yeah, good luck to you too.
Okay. Then he's dressed up as trash on the street.
That's what we're going with. Okay.
Bill's sitting in the car.
On the side of the street, right? He's not gonna get run over.
On the sidewalk. I mean, what?
Well, the street is more stealthy. In the middle of the
so-
road. No suspect anything.
Yeah, and this is like it's like a back alley, right? So I'm just like down the street from the back alley, so presumably there's only one way in or out of that, right?
Mhm.
Or maybe there's two ways, I don't know.
This one there's only one entrance exit.
Okay. Yeah, so then I'm just sort of down the street from it so I can see the exit and line of sight.
Okay.
And I feel like reasonably we would have radios too. I'll just say that. So we don't have to be like,
That's reasonable.
we can talk.
What are you guys call signs? What are you guys saying to each other?
Oh.
Tangle, tangle. This is Delta 2 to Delta 3. How's it go hanging?
I feel like, yeah, he could be trash major
Trash major.
or
This
trash
is
actual. Trash
This is
actual.
trash actual to wheels. How's it going on?
Trash actual to what am I knowing? A Mustang, right? Oh, musty.
Oh, musty.
Are people just gonna walk by this trash heap and hear a radio going off calling it trash?
Thankfully, it's not a. Well, you know, it's.
They
I have the
would.
courtesy enough to,
No,
you know, not do it. when
He has a
people
he has a headset into the radio, so they don't
Okay.
hear him.
Of course.
And then he just talks quietly.
Why didn't I think of that?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you guys can sit out here doing your stakeout. You guys staying here for the day, watching over in the London?
I am laying prone all day, man. This
Yeah,
is what
I
all
guess-
the training is for.
I guess that's what we're doing.
He's the trash man forever.
You take,
Fresh man
you
for
take the day. You don't see
I don't know.
any police show up, and the sheriffs don't show up. Back alley, you don't see. There is a restaurant next to the law office. It's in the strip mall. There's a flame broiler there. So you see those workers walk in and out sometimes, but you don't see anyone. You don't see Nolinia ever. You don't see anyone going into the law office either. Maybe they're going through the front door, but you don't have sight on that.
Does it seem like she's in the office from our observations in the front?
So you went by the front. You didn't see her.
You should probably make sure that she's there.
Benny's already dressed up in his trash suit.
I can't go. You have to go. I'm not. You go knock on the door.
She knows what I look like.
Well, as long as she turns you away, we'll know she's there. Unless you want to wear a disguise.
Benny's
guess
got
I can-
plenty.
I guess
You
I
could
can put on.
disguise yourself as a watch salesman.
I guess I can put on a hat.
Yeah. Then you'll be pretty much unrecognizable.
Pretty much.
Pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're gonna go check if she's in there.
Yeah, just do a knock. And the plan is if I hear anything, I'm just gonna walk away.
She's not the
So not
only one that
necessarily-
works there, though.
Oh.
It's a entire office.
Oh, okay. I got the sense that it was just like an office she was like renting out.
No, there
Because when we went in, it basically was just
on
her
Sunday.
receptionist or whatever.
Or that was Saturday.
Okay, fair enough. Wait, so
You
then
saw
there should
lots
be
of
like
other desks there.
okay, so there should be lots of cars and stuff here today, coming in and out, people leaving in and out of the building, presumably, right? If there's multiple people there,
If there's multiple people there, yeah.
yeah. So
there's-
people
there's
going and
cars
getting
out
lunch and
front.
stuff. But okay, but we haven't seen her going in and out of the building.
Haven't seen her.
Okay, cool.
Give me a disguise roll to put on a good hat.
Yeah, dude. Oh, dude, I am succeeding this. It doesn't matter
Full are
anyways.
you?
Perfect. I'm
Yeah.
training my disguise.
Yeah, you put on a hat. You change your aviators out for different sunglasses.
Perfect.
Um,
Although if she's not there, it's not gonna matter anyways.
correct.
So
So what do? You walk up to the door.
yeah, we'll
Go in.
walk up. Mm-hmm.
Ding, ding, ding. You walk through the door. That young girl isn't there. You don't see Nolinia there. There's a bunch of people working. You see a young man, maybe again another college student, clean shaven, looks pretty young, maybe 20 years old or so. Walks up and says, "Hey, how's it going, mister? What can I do for you?"
Hey, how we doing? Looking for Nalinia Estevos?
Oh, Nalinia. No, she's not here right now. Let me see. What do you need her for?
I flashed my badge. I'm a federal agent, just
God
here
damn.
doing an investigation. I had some questions for her, but just wanted to see if she was by. Nothing urgent.
Oh, all right.
If
No,
she comes in, have her give me a call, all right?
okay. No, I think she was about finished up with her work here. I don't know how much longer she was staying. Yeah, I'll let you know. Is there anything else you need?
Yeah. Well, no, I guess that's all.
Alright.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, no problem.
Well, one other thing. This might be a little bit of a reach here, but you got any idea where she's staying at?
Oh, you can tell he doesn't really want to answer. She's very passionate lawyer. She was just staying in the office. Yeah, she was just here for a couple weeks working that case.
Or she was sleeping here every night.
Yeah.
Got it. Hardworking individuals. Need more of them around.
Yeah,
Seems like a good
she's-
person.
She's an inspiration.
Alright, well, thank you for your time. Appreciate it, son.
Yeah, no problem.
This guy has a lot of kids.
He's a busy man. Alright, well. Bill leaves.
Give me an alertness check as you walk out the door.
Yeah, that's right. I should do. I don't know if that's a thing in this game, but that's always, I feel, a good habit. I want to roll perception. That is unfortunate, man.
Everything seems
What are
fine.
these rolls today?
A lot
Two
of 90s.
rolls over 90. That's a bummer.
Everything seems fine.
Everything's perfect.
Normal day.
Normal day. I'm used to those.
But it doesn't seem like Nalinia's in the office anymore. She might have skipped town entirely.
Yeah. Alright.
Oh, I guess the clock started, huh?
Clock?
14 days from now, she'll show up dead.
Oh, very
Ooh,
possible.
possibly.
Alright.
Alright, you're gonna stand in front of the strip mall.
Yeah, and then I walk over to Benny and tap him on the shoulder.
What? What is? Who's there?
She ain't here.
He
She ain't
wakes
even
up
in the
screaming.
office.
He's having one of those night terrors that we all have. Also in this campaign.
Not only that, she was sleeping at the office. So either she skipped town or God, maybe she's just off investigating something, but
I got all dressed up for nothing.
hold on. This might come in handy still.
And when might that be?
Wherever the next stakeout point is. We gotta go track this girl down.
Stay dressed in the trash until then.
It's just been a waste of time. Just never should have brought this stupid suit.
No, this is, we now
It's not useful. It was never going to be useful. God, I'm so stupid. Oh.
I would like to have it on the official record that we now officially have in our inventory a trash suit.
Smells
So-
like smoke though.
It may. And we are in an urban environment littered with strip malls. So this might be the best possible disguise given our current environment.
That's why he brought it.
Yeah. Exactly. That's exactly why I brought it.
Where are you guys going? She's not here.
I guess we go to the forensics convention. I don't know.
Okay.
I mean, if you're in town, you might as well just stop by.
Flash
How
your
long
FBI
is this?
badge to get in.
How long is this forensic convention going on for anyway?
All week.
A week.
Yeah.
All right.
We got no leads here.
Yeah, is there anything? I don't think there's anything to go check out right now. Is there?
Plenty of things you can
Is
check
there?
out. So nothing around Nelinia. It seems like most likely she's gone. Either taken by the slugs, like Marvin thinks, or she skipped town. She went back home. The kid did say, she was about done with the case. She was planning to go home soon. He just doesn't know exactly where she is. So you guys have some things to look into. You can look into the Southside Tiger. You can look into any of the deputies. You can go looking for chasing after those dead witnesses, talking to their families of Claudette Dondry and the 2 kids that were killed. You can canvass the neighborhood. You can talk to people around. Remember, the main thing you're looking into is Jazz's death. What caused that? You can go to the crime scene. I will note, none of you thought it would be a good idea to look at where he died, even though you were right next to it.
I wasn't there.
That's true. You didn't suggest it though.
True.
You can the main things though, Southside Tiger's dead, so the main suspects you have to look into for anything are the deputies. Delinia's gone. You can't get any more information out of her, at least not immediately. Maybe you can chase her down, but you don't know where she is. So you gotta look into the deputies, look into Jazz's death some more. Check out his apartment. Check out where the deputies live. You got lots of options.
Yeah, I was thinking about going to the lieutenant's place and looking for the journal, but I don't know how good we are at breaking and entering.
Well,
Oh, there's only one way to find out how good we are at breaking.
if it wasn't clear before, it should be extremely clear now. You guys are not going to be able to get the information you need without breaking the law. I mean, you guys have already done that because you guys are not actually federal agents, but without doing things that would even be breaking the law for the FBI. It's
Do we
not gonna
know
happen.
if the lieutenant has a family?
You do not know. It's not. As far as you can tell, he doesn't have any family from looking up online. When you look at some of those press interviews or whatever that he was doing, didn't see wife or kids in the audience with him or whatever, up on stage with him. There's no mentions of it online. Check his Facebook. It's mostly private. Looks like he does have a Facebook profile, but can't see anything on it. Maybe Phoebe could find some more online, doing some hacking skills. But it's clear to you guys that whatever the deputies are doing, whatever the sheriff's department is doing, this tactical narcotics unit, they're up to no good. That much is clear. What is the relationship between them and Jazz and the Southside Tiger and all the unnatural stuff you're seeing? You can't tell, but you don't have any information really about how that's connected. But you know they're connected. and they are your main suspects. Those 4 men. And you know, because they're in a position of power, they have authority. They have locked down lots of details about the case and any wrongdoing that they've done. They've defeated a grand jury case, and now it seems like they've most likely defeated this civil case against them as well. It's not over, but one of the attorneys on the case, Nilenia Agaves, just left. So it seems like they're probably going to win this case as well. All the evidence is being covered up. There's no on the surface thing you can do. You guys have to go and do some Delta Green shit. You know, breaking the law, you know, getting in trouble, you know, kidnapping, torturing, killing people. That is a normal thing for all 4 of you.
Wait, what?
That
I
is,
never done that.
that is complete. You guys have done. You guys have all been on at least one Delta Green operation. You have to get dirty. You went through. You went through the basic things. You know, doing your regular investigation things, checking public records, checking the city records that aren't public. You've talked to a couple people. You chased down some things, but you're looking into law enforcement, and they are covering everything up. They are seemingly killing or at least scaring away every possible witness into any wrongdoing they're doing, into any of the unnatural shit that may be going on. All the leads are coming to an end. You guys are seeing the futility of this. You are not in control. The public is not in control of this. There will be no accountability for what these people are doing unless you take some more extreme measures. Everyone roll sanity.
Oh no, not again.
That's my least favorite thing to roll. Yeah.
Yeah, let's go, team.
No.
There's always one.
Oh no.
Failure.
Wait, why is it a critical failure?
It's a double digit.
Repeating numbers.
Oh, is that how it works?
Yeah. Alright, Marvin, Benny, and Bill. You guys lose no sanity. Phoebe, roll 1d4.
No.
Oh god.
No.
Phoebe, you lose 5 sanity.
Jesus Christ.
You go from 62 down to 57.
I need to go yell at my cat.
Yeah. Are you planning to push that off to your mom or Charlotte or Ellum?
Yeah, we should push it off on Charlotte. She hasn't done anything in this whole storyline.
I don't know who it is, so
I don't either, to be honest.
I guess we get to find out. Okay. Give me another 1d4 here. So at least one of the sanity you're gonna have to take, but 1d4 you can push off onto Charlotte.
Come on, 4.
All right.
Let's go.
You're gonna lose 1 sanity. The other 4 can go on to Charlotte, and you'll reduce her bond score with her by 4. She'll go down to 9, but we can resolve that later. So the rest of you are fine. You do feel a little bit of helplessness as like everything seems futile. Every line of evidence, everything seems to lead to a dead end. Now, you guys are getting more evidence all the time with all these little things, but it just brings more and more questions every single time. What is that journal? What the fuck is going on with this squirrel? What the hell is going on? It just keeps getting more confusing, and everything seems futile. You keep getting cut off. Nilenia won't talk to you. The sheriffs the deputies won't talk to you, and now they're walking up to you and telling you to drop this case, to walk away. They're threatening you. You know they're
I think
threatening
the
you.
squirrel's the key.
The squirrel might be the key. Phoebe, you feel most helpless of all. You feel like you joined Delta Green. You want to help people because you want to do something. You want to feel not like you're power hungry, but you want to feel like you have the ability to do something because your late husband, you couldn't help him at all. You were helpless. He died in a plane crash. And there's nothing you could have done to avoid that. It was just a random accident. And you were tired of just having fate being controlled for you. But now with that dog bite you got, with this squirrel falling on your car, everything seems like it's all happening for a reason. It's all happening and you're not in control of it. It's just these random events being strung together and you're helpless to do anything about it. You're helpless to solve this Delta Green case. You joined Delta Green so that you could make the world better, and you just seem like you're useless. You don't feel like you can control what is going on, even though you know more about what's going on than everyone else.
Classic DM calling a woman helpless and useless.
So true.
You're the one that
It
critically
tracks
failed.
though, right?
You critically failed. You don't feel. I'm not saying you're useless. You feel like you're useless.
No, I heard it come from your mouth.
If you play a female character, that just gives you like a -5 to every roll, right?
Yeah, I messed
Pretty
up.
they're pretty life accurate.
Shouldn't have done that.
-5 on your rolls is good in this game.
Well,
+5.
So, how does this manifest for Phoebe?
Like, what do you? In what way?
Physically, what do we see? You
Oh,
get
like-
you get this call from, or you get the text from Bill saying the wing is gone, and you guys are in the hotel room looking at this dead squirrel, and it's just all these thoughts, like these random things are happening, and you're not in control of anything. You just suddenly something starts to shift in your mind. How do you react when you get that text?
Well, the only thing that Phoebe really can do is she's just gonna have more sleepless nights, throwing herself into work more and more. Looking disheveled, you know, overworking to the point of exhaustion at times.
Okay. So you set it aside for the moment and decide you're just gonna push even harder.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And you're gonna push Charlotte away. Somehow. Whoever she is.
She's my best friend from high school.
Best friend from high school, you're gonna call her a stupid bitch.
Yep.
I don't know. We'll deal with that later. For now. Where do we go from here? We're at about 3 hours. So, to end this, I want to know, what are you guys planning to do? You guys, the two of you can meet up back at the hotel room. Takes you another hour or so to get back. Gotta come up with a plan. You guys are all
time to
feeling
take the
helpless.
gloves off.
We're gonna do any means necessary.
Let's go nab ourselves some pigs. Shoot them.
Oh yeah.
I think good entry point would be to start probably we can go to Jazz's apartment, like you said, and then maybe we try to start breaking into these deputies' apartments, seeing if we can find any sort of physical evidence. You know, maybe we find the diary, right? Maybe we find the phone. We have Jazz's phone too, taken, I believe. Phone or wallet, one of the two. See if we can get any of this missing physical evidence to turn up, and then start going from there.
Okay.
We can go we can go prisoners on one of these guys, throw them in a shower, get some warm water, get some cold water. Let's do that for
Bar soap.
ever until they talk. You know, lots of options.
Is necessary.
Where Marvin?
Have you guys seen Prisoners? If you haven't, go watch Prisoners. That should be our inspiration here.
It's a good movie. What are Marvin and Phoebe thinking? Bill's saying we gotta fucking nab some pigs. What do you guys say?
I think we gotta go find this journal. I think it's the key to everything. They must have been hiding it for a reason. I think it must be in Lieutenant Marlin's house. I
It's
think
the
that's the
key.
first place we should look. We should also circle back on Jazz and figure out what his place looks like. If he was taken from his home, there might be signs. Although they've been pretty good about covering this stuff up.
I'm sure there's some loose ends somewhere.
Phoebe's spoken is very good dose of mercury found in everybody. Trying to figure out where this is coming from, like who's making, possibly a drug that's getting injected into these people from what we saw in Jazz's body. But want to know where that source is.
Right.
You should get the blood work, the full blood report back tomorrow for full toxicology.
Nice. That's big.
Okay, so you guys want to go after John Marlin?
Hell yeah, we do.
Okay. All right. You guys, and remember, you have some heat on you. They're watching you guys.
Yeah.
They knew you were there. They know you're looking into stuff, and it might be difficult to do that, but you'll have to. You gotta do something. All right. Next week we're gonna play July 5th. Right? It's on the schedule.
What time?
Saturday? Yes, July 5th.
Saturday, same time. Well, earlier than today, 9 a.m.
Rick. Okay.
All right, we'll be playing next week. It says number 5 on there, but it'll be number 4 because we missed one. Again, I think we're still on schedule. Especially now, if you guys, all your agents know, got to get to action. And I will say,
It's murder.
you're at the point where, depending on how the next session goes, it could end.
Oh wow.
That's not a good sign.
Like, I'll give you some meta here. There are like 20 different options in the book, in the campaign, for ways it could end. Most of those are possible next session.
Wow.
How many good endings are there?
It depends on what you think is good.
One good ending.
One.
The best
How many
ending,
possible futures?
I think there is a clear best ending. It's certainly possible. I don't think it'll end next session. I think we need two more.
That's where you're wrong.
But if you guys move fast enough, you can end it next session. But I'm thinking there's 2 more. So, yeah, July 5th, 9 a.m. Pacific. We'll be good to go. I'm gonna play. My family's in town. I might want to cut it shorter, but I can definitely play at 9 a.m. We're not doing much at that time. So we will play then, unless you guys tell me otherwise. We'll find out what happens.
All right.
I can play at that time, but
You don't want to?
I'm coming back to OC, so I would like to play volleyball, but I don't have to. I know Friday will be closed, so I won't get to play indoor. So Saturday would be my only time, and it's in the morning, of course. I can skip it, like it's not like a must do. But if people are open to going, like I don't know, in the afternoon or something,
I can't play in the afternoon.
I'm open to the afternoon, but yeah.
or Sunday.
Next Saturday?
Yes,
Yeah.
next Saturday is what we're talking about. I can play next Sunday as well.
Yeah, I don't care.
Sunday morning works for me as well.
Yep, doesn't matter to me either day.
We're fine. Yeah, Sunday's fine.
Yeah. I can do Sunday.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll move it to
At the
Sunday.
same time on Sunday.
Yeah, 9 a.m.
Perfect. That'd be great for me. Thank you guys.
And
Appreciate
then,
it.
yeah, and then we should be done by we can be done by 12:30, right?
It'd probably be an hour sooner than today.
Yep. Okay, then yeah, that's fine.
Sweet. All right, I'll see you guys next Sunday, 9 a.m.
Yeah.
sharp. And Kevin, have a good day.
Yeah,
Yeah, try and
have
enjoy
a
your
great
normal
normal
day.
day, Kevin. I hope you have
Yeah.
an awesome one.
I will see you later today on your regular day, Kit.
Thanks. Sounds good.
All right, see you
All
guys.
right, GG's, bye.
Bye.